Welcome, my friends, to XboxEra. If you're new here, let me fill you in. XboxEra is a platform for the Xbox community with best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and of course, XboxEra.com, your destination for the best news, reviews, and features, all focused on your favourite platform, Xbox. It's every Xbox fan's gateway to the best of XboxEra. Our incredible podcasts listened to in over 50 countries worldwide, our in-depth reviews, our own merch store for the coolest in gaming threads, and of course Day One, where you can track, rate and discuss your favourite games on Xbox Game Pass. We're a small, agile and independent publication, and importantly, we're completely funded by you. If you value having a publication truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. XboxEra is only made possible by the support of an amazing community, and in particular our legendary and growing army of Patreon supporters. Our executive producers, Top, The Scarecrow 121, Peter B, Not Jack, Mohammed Sherez, Kevin S, Korkenstein, Jordan White, Jordan Andow, Frankie C, Terran H, and Britt. Our amazingly generous grand benefactors who take their support and dedication to XboxEra to another level. Krat56 and Assassin. And then there's our boss, our leader, our shining light in times of darkness, the one and only XboxEra CEO, Torn Raptor. You guys are all fucking awesome.
If you enjoy the content XboxEra produce and want more of it, and you're not a patron, consider heading over to patreon.com/XboxEra, pledge your support, and get cool swag in return.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, really?
I don't know. There, I turned it off and on. Maybe that'll make it work, because the thing is going up. Is it working?
Do we have sound now?
Do we
have
should.
sound now?
I don't know, because the thing was going up before. But, yeah. Just imagine. Imagine what John says at the beginning. That's what he said.
Yes, imagine what John normally says, but imagine I said it.
And this is why I hate OBS.
Have the gist.
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's literally saying there's audio, and there's not, but now I hear it. There's audio.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
Go back and watch episode 232 and watch John's intro and just pretend that I said it.
You got to say the part about Torn Raptor, Croat, and Assassin. How's that?
Yes. That is the part I will re-say. I will re-say that everything is possible thanks to our patrons, and especially our exec producers and grand benefactors, Croat 56 and Assassin Entertainment, and of course our wonderful CEO, Torn Raptor. Now, as you can see, John is not here. He's doing some kind of crap that doesn't even matter. But we are joined by our esteemed regular co-host, Kay Asante. Kay, how are you, mate?
Good evening. Good evening. I'm doing well. How about you guys? It's good to be here.
Thanks for making the time.
As usual, you know, it's good. It's good to be on with you guys. I'm either in the chat and I'm lingering, or I'm on the big stage. I'm always happy to be.
Whenever John,
send the invite.
Whenever John's not going to be on, which is all the time, you are the first person we think of.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. That's awesome. That's awesome.
We keep it within the team and see if Ursula Soul Blazers can do it first, but outside of the team, you're number one.
Yeah.
You're going to make a black man blush. Calm down. I'm good. Thank you.
Hey, no DEI stuff here, okay? All right?
All you got to do now is finish the transcript and use the word woke wrong, and I'll just leave. It's fine.
Oh, that was the Black Viking tweet today. That was really funny. Where it was just
I love Viking.
going off on it. Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
And of course, Jesse is here as always.
Hello.
Jesse, how are you?
I am pretty good. Can't really say what I've been doing, so not much.
Hey, you both survived the hurricane, right?
We did.
Yeah.
Did you ever lose power or internet?
I lost power for seconds, just like blips, you know, and internet I didn't lose because I'm smart. I put a UPS on my router. So unless it goes down for like more than an hour, I still have internet. So I was good there.
What's a UPS?
Uninterruptible power supply. It's one of the main things I want to get.
Right,
Big old battery bank that also gives you nice clean energy, which is good for electronics. So I know.
How much are they?
Good ones are expensive.
So the one I have was like $50. It was cheap. It's a small one meant for routers, which are also small, so it's not that much power draw.
Right. Okay.
It'll just stay. Depending on how big the device is, you may want to get a bigger one to offset the power draw. I will say, although we lost no power and everything is fine, I swear my grays went even grayer during that hurricane. Like
Mhm.
between the hours of like 9 p.m. and 11 a.m. and probably 6 a.m. the next morning, like I was white knuckling it, as it were.
Because
Watched
that
movies,
last
played
second
games.
turn, if it didn't
Oh
do
my
it,
god, it was
w-
scary stuff. It was scary.
we were so it was going straight at us, but then over the day, it was turning, but then it went back, and then it turned, and then it went back, and then the very last turn before hitting landfall, straight east instead of northeast.
Oh yeah.
So instead of going directly over us, it went directly
It went
south
right
of us.
across us.
So instead of pushing water into the bay and flooding, like doing $15 billion worth of damage, it sucked water out of the bay, and idiots started walking on the ocean floor because they're really dumb. But yeah, we were very lucky. It's still a ton of damage. Like on like the freaking baseball stadiums wrecked with their pathetic tarp roof torn off. But yeah.
Speaking of that roof stuff, I mean, there are trees in my neighborhood that I could have sworn have been there since the 80s based on the roots, and they are clean off the ground. I'm like, how the hell did my house survive? That's just amazing. But anyway, we survived. Minimal damage.
Yeah, well, that's good.
All as well.
That's very good. Now, just noticed Aldo Rain in the chat. Yes, sorry, mate. The funny thing is, when I started the intro, I actually didn't say what's going on. I actually said what's crapping at the time. But if it makes you feel better, what's going on?
I'll put it back up. It's gone.
Yes. And Jordan Andau, no John. As I said during the part no one could hear,
Yeah,
John is doing...
John has the boys down this weekend because they are doing Halo, was it Flashpoint? It's
Flashpoint, yeah.
it is
Card
the
game,
the Warhammer 40K
game?
like tabletop game. So it's like if you look at the instruction book, John showed it to me, it's 45 pages thick of rules for how the game works, and it's a full-on minifigure that you got to paint with a whole thing you set up, like very expensive tabletop game that they sent him for review.
Very, very Warhammer. Very cool.
Yep. He's very happy I got it for him until he saw the rule book, and then he was like, Jesus Christ, what am I going to do? So his good buds are coming down for their bi-monthly orgy, and they'll mix in some, they're just there to play Halo.
Are they the same guys that were in Germany with us?
Yeah, I think so. Bart and Fox.
Okay.
Good guys.
With all of that out of the way, we will now move on to what we have been playing. Because we all play video games, even me. So what have you been playing, Kay?
So this is the part of the proceedings when I decide which ones I should share and which ones I shouldn't, because I'm always playing like 15 different things. So there's that. What I will share a few. Let's see. Big games going on, Metaphor, big game. Everybody's talking about Metaphor, right? And I will eventually play Metaphor, but Metaphor is like 100, 200, 300 plus hours. That is a little bit much for me right now. So I've kind of bought it and put it to the backlog, just like...
Did you play the demo?
I'm gonna play it. I did.
Yeah, me too. I actually tried it.
You know what they are? They are the games that you start up and you're like, this will be my game when I need something to play for the next year. And that's how I will beat it.
Yep. I mean, it looks great. It looks super interesting. A lot of people that I trust in this gaming space really love it. So I definitely will play it. But at this moment in time, I need little experiences that I can pick up and put down whenever possible. And it doesn't look like this will fit that bill for me right now. Right. It's giving me like flashbacks to like Persona 4 Golden, which took me like 1.5 billion years to complete. So I'm just like, I'll tap into that one on a sick weekend or something. So I've been playing lots of little experiences. Shout out to Next Fest, Steam Next Fest, which is basically like 1 billion and one demos and things. So in addition to the big games, you have that. I've been trying to finish up Nobody Wants to Die. Awesome game. Like, oh my God, what a game. It is one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a long time. I love the gameplay, which is basically detective work, the whole thing. Like I swear that someone, like the people that make Batman need to steal this engine, this art style, and this gameplay element of how they do detective work, because it's awesome. So I've been playing Nobody Wants to Die. There's that. As far as small games, Iron Meat. Have you heard of Iron Meat?
Yes, we did a preview of it, I believe.
Okay.
Ursula did
Nick,
it.
this is your kind of game because you like old Nintendo games, and this is literally Contra. Iron Meat is Contra. Only new worlds in Contra, interesting worlds in Contra. Not exactly the same thing that you recall, but you know, the gameplay is definitely Contra. Like it's very much Contra. So yeah, if anybody has a chance to, I would say seek out Iron Meat, the game with the weird name. But it's fun Contra. It's awesome.
I was thinking of a
really
different meat game. I've never seen this one. This looks cool. I will show this on stream.
It's really cool. Yeah. Iron Meat is what it's called. It's very fun.
It is extremely Contra.
It is so Contra, but it's fun. Like it's almost like they took that formula, that game reference style, and they just made more worlds and different worlds in that style. There's a green one that looks literally like Master Chief running around. Like it's pretty cool. Yeah. So yes, I've been playing Iron Meat. That's fun. The last one I'll have you look up because it's also very fun and weird, and it's a demo right now. It's called Karate Survivor. Look that up. It is so hilarious. Karate Survivor. But realistically, what is it? It's you as Jackie Chan walking around kicking butt in a grocery store. That's literally.
Is it also CCP propaganda like most of his movies are now?
I'm gonna guess no. It's a demo, so I don't know how far it goes in the CCP propaganda department, but so far it's
God, it's Vampire Survivors with Jackie Chan.
That's right. It's weird 80s references, cassette tapes, and him running around just beating up a bunch of dudes in Vampire Survivor.
It's high quality visuals of Vampire Survivor, but it's Jackie Chan beating up people in a supermarket.
Quote unquote Jackie Chan.
Yes, quote unquote Jackie Chan. Exactly.
Oh my
Even the
God.
cover reminds you of like old Nintendo fare where it's like, that's Jackie Chan, right? But it isn't. But it is. But you know, yeah.
It's Jokey Chun.
It's fun. Yes, that's what it is. It's Jokey Chun. That's right. So yeah, I've been playing this. I've been playing, a bunch of Next Fest demos and stuff. The big game that I'm continuing to play, 2 of them. We don't have to spend too much time on them. Everyone knows what they are. Space Marine 2, I love it. I beat it, and I'm going back and playing all the operations. It's freaking hilarious and awesome. And Diablo 4, which I refuse to play the Vessel of Hatred DLC until I finish the main campaign because I'm a razor, so I never finish anything. So I'm trying to finish the main campaign.
Yeah, so, it's a direct continuation of the main campaign. It's definitely worth doing that one first.
Yeah. So all fun, enjoying it, and Next Fest is really helping. I haven't tapped too much into the Xbox side of the house, but there are also a lot of awesome, demos also on Xbox right now that I know are around. Some of them are also on Next Fest, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I love this time of year when you can just kind of jump into a bunch of, oddities and fun stuff that you wouldn't pay for. You're just kind of trying stuff out. So yeah, been having a lot of fun.
Very good. Jesse, I'm sure you've been playing a lot. What have you been playing?
I have been playing a lot. The only thing I can talk about, really, is Retro Realms double feature, which are the Halloween and Ash vs. Evil Dead games. It's a little confusing with the way they're titled. Retro Realms Arcade is just a launcher, and then you buy games that you use within it.
Right.
So the first 2 games
are... like the Capcom collections.
Yeah, but you buy piecemeal. So... You can do the double feature.
The Capcom collections. Are those Capcom Arcade Volume 1 and 2 things where you can actually buy the ROMs within the launcher?
Yep. Yeah, just like those, which I reviewed one of them I completely forgot about. So they're $25 each. It's way too much.
The games?
Yes.
So much.
Both games are $25 each. I don't remember exactly how much the double feature they gave me is. I haven't seen it on the store. They have a lot of content. It's repetitive content, though. They play okay. They look really nice. The Halloween music's awesome. The little chiptune MIDI track that they do for Halloween is incredible. As you buy each game, you get Jason and Laurie for Halloween, and you get Ash and Kelly from Ash vs. Evil Dead for Ash vs. Evil Dead. You can then use any of those characters in either game, which is neat. The Laurie and Kelly ones, pretty much the main campaigns are Michael Myers in, I always say Jason, Michael Myers in Halloween and Ash in Evil Dead. Those are the main campaigns, and then everything else is like a remix version of those. So if you're in Halloween, but as the other guys, you'll fight Deadites instead of the regular people that Jason fight. Laurie's the best character because she's the only one with the double jump. They all have a bunch of upgrades. You have to get those upgrades for every character in each game. So 8 times you have to grind out upgrades, which adds a lot of replayability, but also wasn't fun for me after doing it twice. A lot of people have really liked it, but I will steadfastly stand by the thought process that anything horror gets a pass that non-horror games rarely do. I think it's solid, but overpriced. I gave it a 6.5 overall, which for us is good. Like, we reworked our things. Like, it really should mean good. It shouldn't mean horrible, like a lot of people look at 6.5. But yeah,
it
it's
should mean good.
It's kind of pricey, but it's good.
It looks
really
nice visually.
Really nice pixel graphics.
I was going to take that code the other day too. Maybe I should have.
You shouldn't, because that code is just the launcher. It is really funny that it's so XboxEra sends us code. The code is just Retro Realms Arcade. You would just get the launcher, which is, I don't think, costs money.
It's probably free anyway.
You wouldn't be able to play a game, which would be very fun.
So they gave you a code for a free-to-play launcher.
So it's like the game has come out, but the games are within the launcher, and they only put the launcher in. So the actual review code I got was a double feature bundle, which had the launcher and each game.
And those 2 games. Had you just gotten the code, it would have been just the launcher, which had nothing, no real game in it.
And so I did Xbox only gave the launcher, probably not knowing that it needed to be a bundle. It would be my guess normally. So that is the main thing I've been playing. I can talk about. There is obviously just insane amounts of reviews coming. We're normally not allowed to say what they are. I will be next Tuesday when Alan Wake 2's Lake House DLC comes out.
Oh, yeah.
I will be streaming that for a quick review, because first is best for us every time. Also on Tuesday, I'll be getting the code for Batman Arkham Shadow. As far as I know, there are no early codes on that one for the Quest. And then right around or just before launch, I'm hoping to get Call of Duty Modern or Black Ops 6's campaign.
Why is your VR headset in arm's reach at any time? So is mine. They're very odd.
Right there. It's on my charger stand. That was sent to me.
Mine's on my little mannequin.
Yeah, that was sent. God, I don't remember who sent me that thing. It was Kiwi, Kiwi. It's nice.
Okay.
Cute little RGB stand.
Kiwi charger. Yeah, cool. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm working on one and then have 3 more to do next week while working on the one. So I've just been playing the one that I can't talk about right now. But yeah, that Retro Realms is solid. Probably a wait for sale, I would say, for most people. It's a lot of money.
Looks good though.
$25
really
each game.
Really pretty. Good music.
Yeah,
the
good pixel art, nice animation.
Gameplay's okay. It's not the best. I think it bites off a little more than it can chew gameplay-wise sometimes until you've got the upgrades. It wants you to grind them out, which isn't the most fun, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, totally makes sense.
Yeah, like
similar to Karate Kid.
Yeah, it wants you to do certain things that you really need upgrades for. Mainly, you should just hold X and do your charge attack at every moment. Because with Jason, you go across most of the screen with like a shadow dash and then bounce off and just do a hit. With Ash, you pull out his double barrel shotgun and shoot. Christ, I don't even remember what Laurie does, but Kelly also just pulls out a friggin' AR-15 and shoots. And you can cheese most of the game that way. But yeah, it's really pretty. So it's definitely got that going for it.
Very good. Well, I, believe it or not, have been playing something new. Yeah, I have.
Thief.
Alongside my usual stuff. I have been playing Neva from the makers of, I think it's Nomada Studio, the makers of Grease. And man, holy crap. I know our review, I think we gave it an 8.5, I want to say. But this game is just, it is a literal work of art. It is just so beautiful to look at. luckily, those amazing visuals are backed up by perfectly solid action platform gameplay. So anyone who played Gris will know that there's no combat in that game. It's just about delivering the story via beautiful watercolor visuals, going from one point to another point, solving basic puzzles. This is far more of a traditional action platformer. As you can see from the footage Jesse has up, again, very, very simplistic. Oh my god, fuck that guy.
One podcast better than our whole site. Oh my god.
Yes, I was just in their chat just before. I was about to say there's a cat around. There's the cat.
She keeps walking around my stuff. She's annoyed I grabbed her.
Yes, I've been playing. I've only played the first chapter and a half because I only got the code last night and started playing it. It's so great. Like everything, it's very, very streamlined, very simple, and very clean from a gameplay perspective. Like you've got jump, you've got attack, and you've got roll. That's it. It's very, very straightforward, very, very simple. There is some depth within that because the rolls also work in midair as a midair dash. And then there's also double jump. So you can... There's a bit to play with from a gameplay depth perspective and a combat perspective, but I think it's a very, very good thing for this style of game to keep it nice and simple. You're traversing this world. Neva starts as a puppy with you in, I want to say spring. That's the season you start in, spring. I skipped the cutscene, so I don't exactly know what's happening.
So if it's a game that's there to deliver story to you, and you just keep sitting cutscenes,
his game of the year
how much of
last
the game
year
did you actually play?
Was Alan Wake 2. He skipped every cutscene.
That's hilarious.
I know you have this dog with you. I don't know why, but the dog
Imagine if you watched a minute-long cutscene, then you'd know.
It starts as a puppy, and like you can pet the dog with Y. There's actually an achievement for it.
You don't know why.
Neva. The dog's name is Neva. It's the title of the game is the dog's name. I'm up to fall now, and the dog has grown a little bit. But yes, it's a very, very good game. The dog, as you can see in the footage, as the dog gets... So in spring, while it's a puppy, it can't help you fight. But now in fall, now that the dog's a bit bigger, it actually helps you in combat. But yes, the way they've done this game is really, really good. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. And it is rocketing up my Game of the Year calculations.
Who cares?
It's rocketing up.
I had a very angry article about Game of the Year and review scores this week, so I'm going to be salty.
I read
about
that
it.
article.
Yeah,
I read that article. Yes. By the way, Nick, at some point, doesn't have to be now, one of these days, we'll need to have a real conversation about your propensity to always skip every cutscene. We need to have a real talk about that.
Yet he still tried to play friggin' Metaphor.
Yeah, you.
Yes,
and you're not the one that loves just playing the, get all the story out of my way. I just want to play gameplay. You play that, but then you play games that are informed by story. I don't understand.
Well, yeah, but Alan Wake 2 is still a very solid video game. Like it's got great shooting and it's got, it's
without the story. That's like specifically in Alan Wake 2, the story is a big, huge part of that game. Like a really big.
Still enjoyed it. Still my game of the year, even without the story.
Man, we need to have a conversation about that at some point.
But you saw the developers from Ben Fox. They put an achievement in that game just for me, where you have to watch the cutscenes. Like that achievement is there specifically for me.
Your problem.
Yeah, because I consulted with them on the achievement list, and they decided to be smartasses and put that one in there. Just
if I know Nick, he's never beat the game.
I haven't yet.
Oh,
I haven't yet.
They put an achievement in specifically for you, and you still haven't beaten the game.
No, I will. I plan to. It's still installed. I've still got it installed, and I plan to go back. There's so many games I have to go back to. But yes, Neva is one of those games where I've just been taking screenshots nonstop. I've already set one as my wallpaper because it's just absolutely beautiful. You should. I don't know how much it costs. I have to check the price, but it's great so far. Absolutely loving it. I did play the Metaphor ReFantazio demo. Believe it or not, I thought, bugger it, I'll give it a try. Man, talk about skipping cutscenes. Like I've just been going, whoop, just get through.
It is a visual novel. If you skip it, you lose everything about it.
Oh my god!
Their games are half visual novels, half turn-based RPGs. And it's more like their games are 80% visual novels and 20% turn-based RPGs. Like it's about the
funny thing is, when it let me get to the action stuff and the combat, I didn't mind it. I actually don't mind it. I don't mind the way they've done the turn-based combat. I don't mind the systems they use, the UI. I'm actually okay with it. But the demo spent so much time talking to me and making me read shit.
Yep.
And I was just like, man, let me skip. So I'm pressing B so that the text is like, and just going through so I can get to this stuff, the action,
you see
the
what we
cool
deal
action
with?
Stuff.
You see the insanity.
I just think this is fascinating. That's what I think.
It's someone broken. They are mentally broken in a way that I don't know how to deal with.
It's like so in my former life I was a musician. It's like someone going yada yada past the words. I just want to hear the beat. Like what? What do we know?
It's like those incredible R&B songs from the late 90s, early 2000s that got ruined by those rap sequences in between.
We need to have a conversation.
You will drive yourself insane if you try to understand
That is
him.
amazing. I need to understand. I just need to. Are there more humans out there like that? That's amazing.
Yes, there are. I'm here to play games, not watch movies or read text. That is the point. Yes. So that's what I've been playing. Now there's couple of super chats here. Jordan Andel. I've played Change, a homeless survival experience. Throw it up, Jesse. It's not brand new, but deserves more love and has something deep to say. Change, a homeless... So it sounds like it's a being homeless simulator,
Hopefully it's not the bum fight simulator game that I saw on Steam a while ago.
I don't know. Change?
A homeless survival experience.
Experience.
Mm-hmm.
It is on Steam. It is. It looks like it's a game that simulates literally being homeless.
Yeah.
Wow.
Won a bunch of awards in 2021, I should say.
Yeah, wow. That's full on. Change. Oh, yeah, I get it. Change, as in change. As in spare any change. I didn't even put that together at the start. It took me a second. But yes, change. I don't know. Interesting. If I could play it, I might give it a go, Jordan Andel, but I have a Mac.
But you'd skip every cutscene and have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. But yes, I as a Mac owner, unfortunately, I do not have access to many of these games. But I may have access to some.
No sympathy for you, sir. No sympathy whatsoever.
I may have access. Am I allowed to say that?
No.
Oh shit! No.
If it's
in my DMs,
it's just
so
a no.
No. I was about to say there's a game I'll be able to play soon on Mac, and then I was about to blurt it out, and then went, oh shit, maybe
I was hovering over mute because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I might have to check my DMs and mention whether I'm actually allowed to say that this game is coming to Mac.
On Twitter, maybe.
But yes. And there's another super chat. Oh, here we go. From Jez Gurdon. XB2 greater than XboxEra. Ha ha ha. That's so nice, Jez. Thanks. Yes. So it looks like Jez, they just finished the Xbox 2 podcast, I assume. Otherwise, Jez would not be here. I was in their chat earlier. Apparently, they were hanging more shit on me, which is always nice. Okay. So that's our super chats.
We had a discussion in the Patreon channel on the public Discord, or on the Discord in the Patreon lounge. Multiple XboxEra Patreon patrons who only know of us because of Jez and Rand making fun of you and then wanting to check us out.
That's why I try and do podcast appearances. One of my biggest supporters discovered me through being on, I want to say Boom's podcast. I can't remember. I think it was Boom's that I was on. And that's how he found me. And ever since then, he's been one of my biggest fans. Abdul.
There you go.
So that's why I try and appear on other shows. And that's why I hang shit on Rand and Jez so that they'll then talk about me on theirs. See? Networking.
We see what you're doing there. Yeah.
Yeah. Jez is probably drunk. Now, let's move on to
The next super chat from Jordan Ando.
Oh, is there another
He
one?
just did one.
Oh, it just appeared. Jordan Andel. Europa is also cool. Europa.
There
Is that
are.
That
American?
I know Europa. Yeah.
There are too many video games.
Europa?
That's all I'll say.
Save 10% on Europa on Steam. Well, there you go. It's on Steam.
Oh, yeah.
Again.
This one, yep.
Oh, I've seen this one. This one's on Xbox, isn't it?
With the jetpack, yes.
Yeah. Europa's on Xbox.
Mhm.
I'm sure it is. Yes. That looks nice. I like the visuals in that game. It's a good one. Okay. Now, let's move on to the news. There's actually a fair bit. Now, obviously, the main news of the week was the partner preview, Xbox partner preview, which I was made privy to a few days in advance.
So was everyone. I literally had half of the goddamn Xboxosphere message me about it.
What did we all think of it? It was on at like 4 a.m. for me, so I did not get up to watch it. I did sort of skim through it after the fact, so I could be kind of caught up for today. What did we think? Not bad? Wasn't
I
bad.
didn't dislike it. I thought it was cool. Yeah. I as derivative as scores go, I'd say 8 out of 10. It was good.
Really? 8?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did.
They've got an aim. They're not looking like they are media obligations for your partners and going through, and like this one had more surprises, I think, than the previous two did. But like it's just a straight 26 or so, 27-minute playlist.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole video right here is 28:43 without their countdown, but with their opening. Like it was actually longer than they said it was going to be by a little tiny bit.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It was it had 15 games in it, 5 on Game Pass, including one of the best rated games of the year in Animal Well coming that day. Like it had a couple of shadow drops essentially. It was solid for what it is supposed to be. It's like that. Yeah. It's a state of play aimed at third parties. But I think they do a better job of setting expectations on it, because state of plays also have first parties in them sometimes, and then people are just really hoping this will be one of those.
Did you guys get a chance to play Mouse PI for Hire at Gamescom?
No. No.
It was at Gamescom. Actually, Aaron, my buddy Aaron, which you guys met, got me a shirt for the game. Is cool, man. And obviously you saw it on the preview.
Yes, it looks cool.
It looks really cool. I loved the diversity in content that they had on display, right? And like to your point, Jesse, Animal Well put it over the top for me. If you are, because I've heard a lot of my Xbox brethren, I call them my brethren. They're out there. Those who only play on Xbox, they're out there feeling a little hurt these days. No, you play on Switch, so you don't count. No, stop pointing at yourself. No, you play on Switch. Yes,
he bought a Mac for like $7,000. It doesn't. You get no sympathy.
Well, but yeah. Why he has no sympathy? Why would you buy a Mac?
They're so expensive. Macs are so expensive.
Exactly. No, but,
but
for those who are on Xbox who feel like, oh, maybe we're not getting stuff. Like, I loved this show, right? Because I always think in that way. If you're solely on that platform, how did this land? Or if you're using that platform for only like certain games, how did it land? And I think the same way when it comes to PlayStation shows as well. But for with that barometer, I really thought the show was pretty great. It was solid. Things I was excited to play. Yeah,
it was definitely solid. I was most excited for the Alan Wake DLC for Lake House. I played through all the other 3 episodes and loved them. Lake House seems it's a bit Lake House is a bit meatier, isn't it, Jesse? It's a bit more full on than those other three.
It's like an actual direct one thing instead of 3 shorter vignettes. So we will see how long it is.
Yeah, it looks very good. Kronos, the new game from Blue Byte. Was this one known before it was announced?
Don't think so.
No, it wasn't. Was it? This is like new. That looks very interesting. So I do wonder with Blue Bar if maybe Silent Hill 2 Remake was their turning point in the way Strider was for Double Helix. So
they're going to immediately get bought and shut down.
if
hopefully not.
Prologue, hopefully not. No.
Hopefully not. So Kronos looks very interesting. What else did we get? Speaking of Remedy, because we saw the Lake House. So we got, their co-op shootery thing, FBC Firebreak, which is within the universe of Control.
Yeah, it's taking place after Control.
Yeah, which I have to say, as a guy who doesn't tend to be a multiplayer guy, I like that the Control world has a multiplayer in it. The gameplay speaks to it doing well. Like, it feels good in that way. I hope they carry that over to the multiplayer. I will actually give it a shot. It looks like it would lend itself quite well to a multiplayer type style if it's like PvE, multiple people, hordes, the whole thing.
Full on first person, complete. I think it's going to play completely differently. It looks way more like Left 4 Dead. The Control world is incredibly cool. My only problem with Control outside of performance at launch was the main story wasn't their most intriguing. But the actual lore and the oldest house or whatever the hell it was called, like all that stuff, super cool. Being day one on both Game Pass and PlayStation Plus means should be able to find matches all the time. So, looking forward to it.
We also got Pirate Yakuza, so Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which is still one of the most random video game titles I've ever heard in my life.
It's what they do.
I love that this franchise has hit the point it has, even though I have no interest in the Yakuza games, and by all rights I should, as someone who played... No. By that, what I mean is,
you like
what
Shenmue,
I mean by that
but
is,
this is all cutscenes.
I played Shenmue on Dreamcast, and this is... Yakuza started as a more actiony Shenmue. Sure. So by all rights, this is a franchise I should have gotten into. I just never did. But I do love that Sega persisted with it. And it's now hit that point where it's a genuinely big franchise and they can do literally whatever the fuck they want.
It's also funny because
we are seeing by this game.
It became a genuinely big franchise on Xbox. Like, that is where you see it most of the time now.
No, Jesse. No. These games don't. No, when games get marketed by Xbox, they're shit. And they don't get any attention, and they don't sell any copies. This was the dumbest decision Sega could have ever made, was market this game with Xbox and put it on Game Pass.
I'm curious, does this one play anywhere? It is. Yep. Like
All
a Dragon.
Most of Sega's are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they don't list it as play anywhere. That is the one thing that annoys me about Sega.
Really?
It is playable on PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. That's how you know it is play anywhere. If it has one store page that says playable on everything, like if you go to Stalker 2, it's not. It actually has Windows as one store listing, and then Stalker 2, and then it's just Xbox Series on the other. So that's when you know it's not play anywhere, if it only lists consoles, and then another store page lists PC. But this one is everything, just like Metaphor ReFantazio.
Nice. But yes, so that game is looking interesting. Doesn't tickle my fancy, but I'm sure it'll do.
They're all about cutscenes, and they mostly take 5 to 20 hours to get started every time.
No, I'm out. We also got now Animal Well. Oh, should I have taken that code, Jesse?
No, John
took
it,
didn't he?
No.
Damn it.
I mean, it's not expensive.
Animal Well, that's that like... No. That's that full-on borderline 8-bit pixel art.
It's 30 megabit. The entire game is 30
Yeah,
megabytes.
the whole game is 30 megabytes. Yeah.
So it is. It's
It is
basically
one
a
of the
NES
most-
slash Master System game.
Yes, and it's one of the most captivating experiences I've had in the last year. It is amazing.
Really?
It's a
Sitting
full
my
on
son sitting next to me,
yeah
trying to figure it. Like it is
crazy
it's
puzzle,
magic.
weird meta, like trying to figure things out.
Magic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
John will probably hate it because he's
Made
too
by
lazy.
one dude.
British.
So it's a puzzle platformer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
heavy emphasis on puzzle.
Yes, which oddly enough, so when I first discovered this, a buddy of mine told me it existed on Steam, and then that happened to be the same week that it landed on PlayStation Plus, right?
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I actually bought the Steam copy and then played the PlayStation Plus version first. Weird, the DualSense or maybe the PlayStation Eco, like I can't platform well on that thing. I had to actually literally buy it on
It's got a
Steam.
terrible D-pad.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Don't
I was
listen to what
always
people tell
missing-
you. The D-pad on PlayStation controllers is fucking terrible. Don't listen
was
to anyone that
always
tries to
missing-
tell you otherwise.
And don't get me wrong, I've been playing Astrobot. I actually like Astrobot. My son does too, so we play it all the time. But for some reason, I could not play Animal Well correctly on the PlayStation, with the controller. So I bought it on Steam, beat it on Steam. It is like wow. So I'm excited for anybody who hasn't had a chance to play Animal Well. Like if you're an Xbox owner, buy this game immediately. It is magical. It really is. It's something else.
Is it on Switch?
I'm pretty sure it's on Switch. Yes.
I thought it was only PlayStation and PC at start.
No. Let me
No, it's on Switch.
Okay,
see. Yeah. I don't
so
think
everything but Xbox.
How does it go? Yeah. And now including Xbox.
What do you mean? It's on Xbox.
Now, but not
Now it's
not
included.
for the first 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nick
Ah,
never
right,
tweeted,
yeah.
even though I kept asking if he was going to. I'll tweet out that we're live.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say I was going to. I thought
I
you were
kept
going
asking, you never answered.
to. Oh, because it stole my mic. Remember? So you couldn't hear me talking. Yes, okay, Animal. I'll have to give that a shot because that looks like the sort of game I'd want to be able to have on the go. Like, there's just some games I'd rather have on Switch because you want to have them on the go, and then maybe you might dock and have through your TV. But then there's some games that I get both, like Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. What else did we see? We saw Blind Fire, which was like that, I guess, an arena shooter.
I don't
thing
know what
with
it is.
dudes.
Gyotso has a code and says he can't find a match. He just cannot find
really?
one. It's got crossplay too. He cannot find a match. Don't know if he has yet, but the day we got the code in, he could not find one. It's only $9.
Is it really? I like the visuals in this. Is it my imagination or is this a nice game visually?
I don't. This looks like a
It's
fake
the idea.
trailer.
Oh, you
The way
reckon?
the animations and the movement and the shooting, it looks like
Yeah,
VR.
Yeah.
It looks. I don't. It might look like that. It might.
It was
it just-
unusually smooth, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm watching the trailer again now, and I totally understand what you mean by it looks like a fake trailer. But if the game ends up looking like this, I think that's very pretty. I like how clean the gun looks, and I like that's nice. Did he mention? Did Gyotso mention whether it looks like that or not?
I don't know. There's a bunch of reviews. I'm looking at it in There's a bunch of reviews on the Xbox store that are just like can't get into a match, completely broken. Audio's messed up. Can't
That's
see anyone when
unfortunate.
I'm playing. It launched into game preview, but
Can't see anyone when you're playing. Well, that's a feature.
also
not a
it
bug,
costs
right?
$9, which means you have to have Game Pass Core, which people are also mad at. It's always a tough thing.
Right.
People want money for it, but then
I like those visuals. Like if it actually looks like that, I really like how that looks. But of course, it needs to play well, and if you can't even play against anyone, then how the hell would you
I'm
know?
Can
actually
I
looking
find
at it right
actual
now. I'm watching a
gameplay?
video. Yeah. IGN put Blind Fire full match gameplay on. It does look like it really does. It looks like
Really?
video. It does.
Interesting.
Let me put it in the.
I'm watching it. I got it.
Watching it. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
and they get
It's not bad.
disconnected. Oh, round 2 winner. So it's short round baseball. They had a whole 5 people in their match. Yeah, that is the problem. It's like you look at the Steam player chart, there's like no one playing. But also, it's extremely dark.
Yes, it's extremely dark.
-0 is saying gameplay is very rigid feeling for a first-person shooter. Oh, that's unfortunate.
But also, the actual game when you're playing, you're just seeing the outline of your gun and the outline of some pillars. Like it's called blind fire because you can't see anything. So the game doesn't look like that. The game.
It's almost like they're depending on the ricochet of the bullets to show you.
Oh no! Look at that. Yeah. And I guess when it lights up from your muzzle fire,
or from the bullet or the type of,
and then
that's when you'll see stuff.
In the kill cam, that's when it looks like the trailer.
That's annoying.
That's
a shame.
An interesting concept, but it really kills what, like, I don't think most people want to play a game where they can't see anything.
No.
No.
Be a camp fest. Oh well, that's a shame. We got, as Kay mentioned earlier, Mouse PI for hire. Now this was a game that I recall seeing on Twitter. It was one of those. Yeah. It was one of those indies where the developer will show off a slice of their game and everyone fucking loses their minds about it. And this was one of those games, a first-person shooter.
It was Mouse and it was Mickey Mouse, like from the Steamboat Willie. And they've obviously moved away from that to have their own IP.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a first-person shooter meets Cuphead in terms of the visual style. And yes, it did start literally as Mickey Mouse and moved on to its own thing. It looks cool. Again, it's one of those things where I'll enjoy it more if it feels good to play. Visually, obviously stunning. It's a great look. Did you say you had played it, Kay? At Game?
No. My buddy Aaron got a chance to do the behind closed doors stuff with it. I almost got a chance, but then the Sea of Humans stopped me. He brought me a shirt. I was happy.
Yeah.
I have the Mouse PI for hire shirt. But yes, I didn't get a chance to go hands on it with myself. It was there, so I thought maybe the XboxEra got a chance to get the hands on it.
No, it looks great. Like again, visually it looks great, but for me, it's one of those games that'll live or die by how it feels.
Also, he's
play.
pressing the D-pad while he's playing. No one's doing that with a shooter. But also, John really messed up our press credentials, and so only John and his missus and myself and Pre-Drag were pressed. We got 4 spots. But John and his missus were just at the table all day doing console wars. So 2 of them were wasted instead of being Ursula and Nick, who couldn't.
Yeah.
But also they could have gone. We didn't really know. We didn't want to push it. But the press, the people in PR didn't give a shit. They knew who we were. But yeah.
But yes. So Mouse PI for hire looks pretty cool. What else did we see? The Legend of Babu.
That looks cool.
It looked.
I like that.
I called it ambitious. I'm very curious if it can look anything like that at launch. It looks like it wants to be a lot of things.
Is it sort of a Zelda-y adventure thing?
They've got in the Xbox Wire, they explain what they're going for. It's meant to be very hard, is one thing I think I remember them saying.
Midwest? Isn't Midwest where Thingo went? We know someone that went to Midwest Games.
I have someone who followed me on Blue Sky from Midwest.
I swear we know someone who went to Midwest Games that was, I think, at Xbox, and they're now at Midwest. Maybe it's my imagination. Yeah, but this kind of looks... okay, so it looks sort of like your typical story-driven, third-person action-adventure thing.
With a weird-looking dog, inspired by Turkish lore.
Nice.
Why is it a weird-looking dog? Haven't you seen a dog like that before?
Yes, he looks weird. His face is super squished compared to...
Yeah, I know. I can't remember what the breed is called, but it's a real dog.
It was kind of like a Ciao Ciao, but not really.
It was Major Nelson, wasn't it, Zach Riley? I thought it was Major Nelson that went to Midwest. No, he's gone to Unity now. I think when he first left Xbox,
Okay.
He went to Midwest. I knew it wasn't my imagination. And I was going to say Major Nelson, but then I remembered he's at Unity now, and I can't remember if I was getting the things mixed up. But yeah, Legend of Babu looks all right. We got Eden's Zero. Good to see more Japanese games.
Woo-woo.
Or at least
Ayaya.
that style. Yeah, or at least that style coming to Xbox. Eternal Strands. Why does that name ring a bell?
That is the one that Ursel did get to
seen that
go
before,
preview.
no?
So we know Eternal Strands existed. It is... It's not a Souls-like, though there is a huge thing for desk. It is a fully physics-focused, almost like if you were doing Shadow of the Colossus, but you're trying to use ice and fire to take down the enemies. And like you actually freeze their limb and they can't use it, and it's very physics-focused. The big thing for this was that it's on Game Pass Day 1 now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Full-on physics-focused, very pretty. Ursel really liked what he played. Never did his preview.
Didn't he?
Nope. Never wrote it up or did the video.
Come on, guys. I even did a preview for John, which he never used, while in Germany. I was on holidays and I did work. And you guys can't even do anything. Come on, man. Step up your
I
game.
know.
Unbelievable.
I reviewed
I
Star
reckon
Wars
I did a
Outlaws
good
while I was
job on
there.
that video too. Yeah, that's right. Jesse had his Lenovo Legion go out, and he was. I was there next to Jesse while he was doing it. So by proxy, I too was reviewing Star Wars Outlaws
We
while
ran
on holidays.
multiple podcasts.
I won't allow that one. That one I won't allow. That's a reach, sir. That's
We
a
did
reach.
2 live streams off that Legion Go. One of them was a disaster because John literally gave me 5 seconds to set it up.
Yeah.
You know, Kay and I, we flew all the way to Germany to start filming season 3, just for them to go and tell us, "Sorry, guys,
Yep.
cancelled."
It's over.
So,
It's
what are we
over.
doing
Yep.
here?
Yeah. It was
Technically,
sad.
What
it's
are we
not
doing?
renewed. You can still sell it somewhere else, but right now everyone's looking to spend less on TV shows, so it does not help.
Yeah. What else did we get? We got
This-
Mistfall Hunter.
Funnily enough, that is what's on the screen right now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
3-person co-op extraction game. Souls-like. Yes.
Everything is Souls-like.
Yeah, so it's and they say Souls-like, but I mean this is way faster than most Souls games. You put Souls-like out there to try and get people interested, I think, more than anything. It's also like that. I didn't put that other game in there, but it's the hero shooter roguelike, where it's like you set up builds each round, so that's roguelike. But it's like, unless you got a huge meta leveling, it's not a roguelike. This looked cool.
Yeah.
Terrible name. Should just be called Mistfall. Mistfall Hunter, bad. Mistfall, good.
What if it was Mistfall Hunter?
Better.
Yeah.
Looks really nice, all Nordic, very pretty. Probably Unreal Engine 5 if I had to guess. Looks fun if you've got a group.
Yeah. We got Wheel World, which looked cool.
Which was renamed. I knew what it was immediately, and I called it out as Ghost Bike. But it got delayed. That was another one of the many supposed to be 2024 Game Pass third-party games. There's still like 11 more that I'm guessing are all delayed by now.
Yeah.
It's just a chill biking game.
I don't like that name, Wheel World.
Yeah.
I like Ghost Bike.
I think a lot of people like Ghost Bike better. I don't know why they went with Wheel
Ghost
World.
Bike's a much better name. Wheel World is so... Blech. It's nothing. It's a nothing name.
I'm curious
I
why.
visually-
that Hinterberg style they're going.
Yeah. I was going to say, it looks like that Roller Dome
Yes.
game
Yes.
visually.
Drone as well. Yes.
And you can tell
yeah,
it's
yeah.
real gameplay because the draw distance is horrible. You can just see stuff popping in like 20 feet in front of you quite often when you're in a field or the rocks on the road. It's something.
Now, the other one... Yes, Game Pass as well. Now, the other one that was a big deal, and again, I know the name, but I don't know why it's a big deal, is Phasmophobia.
You don't have any
Is
friends.
coming to Xbox. Why was this game a big deal?
It was a humongous streamer game because it's one of those Scarefest 4 players going in, specific set of rules to try and figure out what ghost is in this house and how to banish it. Everyone goes and yells and has fun. Ursel really likes it.
Right.
So yeah, it is a big co-op 4-player. Streamers really liked it, so people lose their shit. Hitting game preview on, I think, the 29th, after a
29th,
delay of like a year or two, because their offices got completely flooded and they lost like almost everything.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So it took some time to recover. That's why they're still in early access on PC, but it is nice to see them back.
Yeah. That sucks. Where's their studio based?
I think Europe. Let me double check.
Interesting. And I think what's basically the last game that we got was Subnautica 2.
We knew it existed. We had never seen it though.
Yeah. Now, is this a completely different style to the first Subnautica?
No, it's CG, but like it looks like Subnautica outfits. But Subnautica was also like, once you go too deep, shit gets real scary. The big thing for this one is you can do co-op without a mod, up to 4 players. Day one into game preview on Game Pass, early access next year. Probably like most game preview games that join early access, or the early access games that join Game Pass, it'll probably leave before it hits 1.0.
Okay.
So this is where I get on my horse and I hold the one-man band and show my disdain, because this game started on VR and now it looks like they're leaving VR behind. I am quite upset.
Oh, really?
Subnautica plays best as a VR game. You're underwater. You got a helmet on. Because you're doing that thing, it doesn't give you that sense of motion sickness because you're actually in there. It's almost like being in space. If you're playing a space game, you put VR on, you'll have less of a time hurling, because chances are your body feels like you would be if you were doing that thing. Subnautica, perfect for VR. So part 1 was really, really awesome in VR. I've been playing it for years now. I hope part 2 retains the VR-ness, but its first announcement is outside of a VR showcase, so I don't know. We shall see. I hope they keep that mode though, because it's awesome. It's a great game. It's Minecraft underwater.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
It's got it's a survivally buildy thing that people really like. So I'm curious what the new will be for 2.
Okay, cool.
It's fun. It ran like shit, so I'm really hoping this runs better.
Yes.
Okay.
Very indie fair when it first came out.
Yeah, they've got a lot of money now, though.
Now they got money, so hopefully
especially
they step that game up. You know?
If it's on new Unreal Engine 5 looks cool, but it is still, it's real hard to get to run right all the time.
Don't worry, man. Xbox Game Studios will figure that.
Oh, their version will be great. Yeah.
Especially Coalition, who are the masters. Okay, so that was the partner preview, which overall we thought was what?
You completely missed the best game that was there. Wu Chang.
Did I?
Fallen Feathers.
Oh, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Yes.
God, that looks so good. I kept seeing people saying, "Is this going to be Xbox's answer to Wukong?" Which, funnily enough, today got rated on Xbox by the ESRB. Might not mean anything. Might mean something. But Wu Chang is on everything. It's on PlayStation, so it wouldn't be an answer in the way people want. It does look amazing. Really pretty. The combat looks real fast and 1v1, which I think these games excel at. My least favorite thing in these games, which I didn't say enough in the Inotri review, but any of these games that constantly has assholes in the back shooting at you, immediately bad. I think that's one of the main reasons people don't like Inotri, and it's like a mid-60s game, is because there's always these dipshits in the back shooting bows at you, and it fucking sucks. But
I hate that stuff.
This one seems real focused on a few combatants or a big guy, which I think Black Myth really pulled off well. This looks amazing, and I'm
so real quick to your point on why the whole comparison between Black Myth. Do you think that it could be the reason why Xbox wasn't so mea culpa on Twitter like they usually are when the whole Black Myth thing happened, because they thought, you know what, let's let them complain for now. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers is right around the corner. They'll change their tune once they see it.
I think the Black Myth one more caught them off guard, and that's why they were actually mad, because it was like a last second "what are you talking about" thing. Because was in really bad shape on PlayStation. I think it very much was the type of thing where they probably just wanted to focus on the one thing that would sell a lot in their home country. It made sense for them. But at that point, you've already committed to coming out on all three. And if you can't do PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and you don't let them know until it's really late, I can see why they were probably they were definitely a lot angrier than they normally are around this stuff.
Yeah.
Wu-Chang looks great, though.
It does. I'm looking forward to checking it out. You know, the only other one I compare it to is Phantom Blade Zero, which I also I played at Gamescom. Boy, oh boy, I love that game. I can't wait till that game comes out.
I remember the first few trailers, it looked really fake, and then they finally showed actual gameplay,
Yes,
and it looks good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't know. I feel like
awesome. It's awesome.
I feel like what's the name of this one again?
Wu-Chang.
Wu-Chang might have a problem. I don't think they're exposing enough skin of the lead character.
I've seen a couple of other characters that were showing it. Maybe she's got alternate outfits, and you can see the jiggle.
They've got to get they've got to expose more skin, man.
The jiggle physics got to be on point, otherwise you're not selling.
And on point means way over the top, so they go.
Sure.
Yeah. Bit of side
Go
boob.
Go to the team ninja route where you have to put in your jiggle physics.
Yeah.
Remember that the what do you call it? Dead or Alive, where you have to put in your age, and that determines the size.
All the way to 99, baby. All the way to 99.
There you go.
Gotta get a bit of under boob going. It's not gonna work otherwise. How you gonna market your game? How you gonna do it? I don't understand. Yes. So now that was the Xbox partner preview. I like the format. It's pretty much just very similar to Nintendo's format, just the Xbox take on it. And we've actually got a super chat, I guess, about that topic from Rafik145. It looks like bringing Tina made a lot of good for Xbox when it comes to showcases. What other people they really need to change? Should Greenberg leave? Well,
he doesn't have anything to do with these shows. I don't think that was more Major Nelson's side of stuff. I think
after his alleged take on Banjo Kazooie, maybe Aaron does need to take a bit of a walk.
It was one YouTuber said that somebody overheard, so I don't care.
Yes, and that's why I tweeted at Aaron. He won't reply. He doesn't follow me.
He follows me. I could DM him.
That's why I tweeted Aaron and said, mate, I hope this isn't true, what you said about Banjo.
I mean, what he said is true. You're hoping he didn't actually say it.
It's not true. It's not true.
I didn't hear
he was alleged to have said that no one cares about Banjo Kazooie. And I'm like, man, that is not true at all. That is so not true.
There's at least 40 of them.
Whoever said that would like I've gotten the chance to meet Mr. Greenberg a couple times now. Even if he felt that way, I don't think he would ever say that. I don't know. He's too well trained for that. Because saying that automatically alienates a bunch of people and pisses people off. I don't think he would have said that. I don't know.
I disagree with you, Arthur. Banjo would not flop. I'm sorry, Banjo.
I mean,
would
it depends.
flop.
What's the scope? You can make a cheap one that might be okay.
A new Banjo, I'm not saying now. Don't get me wrong. When I say it wouldn't flop, that doesn't mean it would be a 10 million seller. I'm not arguing that.
Platformers are not if they are not Mario.
That's right. If they're not Mario, then they're not big sellers anyway. I mean, even Ratchet and Clank only did a couple of million. Like, I'm not saying Banjo, but at least I feel like from a marketing buzz and hype and generating that positive talk around Xbox, I think Banjo would be very, very big. And of course, it would have to release on Switch because it's a Banjo game. Like, most of that Banjo attachment comes from the Nintendo 64, not from the Xbox 360 and nuts and bolts.
The only good Banjo game.
Which did Tears of the Kingdom before Tears of the Kingdom. It did all the creation hand stuff before Tears of the Kingdom did. But yes, I think Banjo is something that they have to bring back at some stage. Like you saw the hype when Banjo was revealed for Smash. It was one of the biggest announcements for Smash. It was huge. People still love Banjo. Fun fact, Banjo Kazooie was always better than Mario 64. Always was.
I didn't like Mario 64 when it was new, so I'll agree.
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of Mario 64
I
when it was new either.
appreciated what it went for and how it changed things and all the crazy shit it did.
Yes,
I
yes,
never
yes.
enjoyed actually playing it. I just didn't like the way it felt. But I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
amazing. It runs like shit and it feels like shit, but this is cool. But that was about as
It's
far
like
as
You guys
Rare.
need to be careful, man. That the virtual tomatoes will come for you, man. Oh my God, you guys are throwing it out there right now.
me not
It's
liking
like
Mario games isn't new.
Rare. It's as if Rare almost instantly understood the limitations of 3D at the time and nailed the constraints of how to execute on that with Banjo Kazooie. Like Mario was trying to be this. Oh my God! Like it's like Nintendo was trying to give us Super Mario Odyssey in 1996 and didn't understand that we weren't ready yet technologically. That's the more I think back to Mario 64, it's like that's what Nintendo was doing. It's like, oh, Mario Odyssey, jumping everywhere and flips, this, that, the other. But the hardware and the tech wasn't ready, where Rare was like, no. Let's just slow it down. Let's just get people used to 3D and get them slowly moving their way. And just Banjo was so much better for showing that restraint, if that makes sense.
They didn't show much restraint with the way Jet Force Gemini played, though.
No. Jet Force Gemini was like Gears of War. They're like, quick, let's do Gears of War now. And it's like, no, we're not ready for Gears of War yet. The tech's not ready for Gears of War.
We need
actually, not
two
Gears
of
of
these
War.
analog sticks really badly.
Yes, that's right. But with Banjo, they got it. Like, they instantly got it. And as a result, Banjo Kazooie has aged infinitely better than Mario 64 because it understood the restraints of the technology at the
The
time.
funniest things about Mario 64 are like the fan mods for emulating it on PC that fix the controls and then like
Yeah.
turn it to like only up and a lot of things that just aren't the base game to make it good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Nintendo, it's almost like Nintendo just had too much ambition and didn't restrain themselves from trying to fulfill that ambition.
Well, their hardware was supposed to be a lot better, and then it wasn't, and they struggled a bit.
Yeah. Banjo's just amazing. Banjo Tooie, Banjo Tooie was them jumping the shark a little bit. Mind you, Banjo Tooie comes out this week on Nintendo Switch Online
On the
expansion.
Switch. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good. So that was a little bit of a tangent. Thanks for that super chat. What is next? Where should we go? Speaking of Rare, let's go there. Speaking of Rare, Craig Duncan, who is now the former head of Rare, will now be replacing Alan Hartman as
Would he still be the head of Rare?
Xbox.
Did Alan Hartman leave Turn 10 when he did this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I assume he did.
I forgot.
I assume he did.
I wasn't sure.
So Alan Hartman is retiring, which I don't know. I feel like that's a big deal. Like anyone who watches this podcast has heard me mention Alan Hartman many times. Every time I've ever spoken to people behind the scenes, Alan Hartman receives nothing but praise. I've always heard nothing but good things about Alan Hartman. So when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, this is a bit of a blow for Xbox."
Yeah, he did leave the Forza studio head when he took the new job.
Yeah. So now Craig Duncan will be taking over, the former head of Rare. This I don't know how to feel about.
We'll probably never know.
Craig, nothing.
We'll never know how it goes, really.
No, not for a long time. We won't see the flow on. We won't see the effects of this for I don't know years.
Years to come.
And even then, like,
And-
if you hear it from a source, you get like one person's opinion on stuff, which only means so much.
Yeah. So I don't know. We won't see the effects of Craig Duncan running Xbox Game Studios for many, many years. By the time we do, he might leave. So who knows? So we may never know. But yes, he will no longer be running Rare. So to me, I'm more curious to see how this affects Rare more so than how it affects Xbox Game Studios. Because Craig Duncan has been running Rare for quite a while. So, and really all Rare's done is Sea of Thieves. we haven't seen from anything from Everwild in.
But this is what I was going to say. They incubated Everwild to a point where even when people are thinking, "Hey, this thing is vaporware," it's still being worked on, and it sounds like they may have turned it around. So if that, and obviously this is an absolute reach on my part, if that speaks to me in any way, it says that he is the type of leader that likes to stick to his vision, right? It's not one of those, well, we tried, it failed, let's move on. They kept trying. There were leaders, heads of the studios and heads of the design team that left, replaced them with newer heads, kept going, and now it looks like that game might actually come out and become something. If and when that comes out and it's good, that would be Craig Duncan's baby, right?
Yeah, well, it was. So
I assume so.
The word on the street is that I believe it was 2021, might have been 2022, but the game lead left and it rebooted. And Jez is saying they are very happy where the gameplay loop is at now, because that was the issue before. What is the actual gameplay here? If it's
I heard so many different things over the years about Everwild, so it makes sense that it's changed a lot. I heard. Yeah. What did I hear about first? I first heard that it was like a base building thing. Then I had heard there was a bit of adult Pokemon about it. And by adult, I don't mean sexual. I mean grown-up Pokemon.
I had heard. If you say adult Pokemon, you could say that with Pal World. What's more adult than a cute kid, a cute Pokemon with a gun? I mean,
you've seen Game Freaks leaks? They are actual freaks with their Pokemon going after women, and like the stuff they have written in that leak is freaking wild and crazy. They're living up to their name. Go look it up. Like this Pokemon, what if this Pokemon had a baby with a woman type of stuff, like really weird shit, or sexually assaulted one. Like it's fucking weird. Never meant for public consumption, but they have named themselves Freak for a reason.
They need to put the baby
I heard.
Okay, Diddy.
I heard numerous things. I heard numerous things about Everwild over the years, so I have no idea where it lands right now.
Yeah.
My personal preference would be a Pokemon-like, where you go out, you can catch creatures, maybe bring them back to your base and build up your base. I reckon that would work in today's gaming world, especially with a visual style like that. My God, I hope they've maintained that visual style. Because it looks...
Yeah, Viva Pinata is what beautiful. I remember Andy Robinson saying.
Viva Pinata. Well, that was a similar thing. Going out and catching creatures, bringing them back to the base.
But more of a game around it than Viva Pinata was, they've shown up here, now do the thing. And
yes,
this is
Viva Pinata was attracting the animals to your garden, using like bait effectively and other animals and all that. God, Viva Pinata was good.
Not a good cartoon though.
No, I never watched the cartoon. No.
Yeah, it didn't keep that same spirit of the game. My daughter actually, like my 7-year-old, just discovered that not too long ago. She started playing them.
God, I should introduce my daughter to Viva Pinata. I feel like she would like it. Not
Diddy Pinata, no.
That's
a different game.
That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, that'll get you in jail.
I'll get in trouble.
Yes. So an amazing Everwild tangent there, talking about Craig Duncan taking over Xbox Game Studios. Look, good luck to him. He's got a lot of work ahead of him because Xbox has a lot of studios. So we wish him all the best.
He's only got the Xbox Game Studios, and then you've got the person in charge of Bethesda, you got the person in charge of Activision Blizzard, and then they all talk to Matt Booty, who sounds like he's straight out of a corporate retreat every time I hear him talk in public. Drives me nuts.
Yeah. Yes, so good luck to him, and good luck to Alan Hartman enjoying retirement. Love to be there with you,
over
bud.
30 years at the same company. Crazy for the tech sector.
Yeah. And there's
not
Rand
crazy for Microsoft.
Man, I am so disappointed in Nick. I'm right near the end, Rand. I'm right near the end of it. I've got that stupid eye following me around everywhere, Rand. That annoying eye thing that won't let me just relax.
Wow,
it's the worst part of the DLC.
I'm going to show us real quick. I put Call of Duty Black Ops 6 for the next news thing, and it just pops up with our podcast. See, when you put the when you put the stuff in the description, it works. Like, we're number 3 on my feed. Definitely not biased by being
Nice.
on the XboxEra account.
Okay. So there was a lot of Black Ops. So we'll bundle all this into one thing.
There's a
lot. So Microsoft announced that Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 3, and Warzone are all coming to cloud streaming. October 25th, which is the day Black Ops 6 comes out, correct?
Oh, there's one other thing I didn't put in there, but Tom Warren also saying they are working on multiple improvements to cloud streaming, including higher bit rates.
Yes, that's right. Higher bit rates, higher resolution, or was that my imagination?
I think it's just going to be 1080p, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So they've obviously worked something out there, I assume, around
Ubisoft
the rights with
needs
Ubisoft.
money.
Yeah. So I don't know how Call of Duty would play on cloud. I mean, Fortnite plays okay, and Halo plays okay on cloud, but COD is sort of, in
Super
terms
Twitch.
of frenetic, twitchy pace, I feel like Call of Duty is very much a step up on Halo and Fortnite. So I'd be very interested to see what the experience is like with Call of Duty on cloud. I don't...
Like with all of them, it's going to entirely be how close are you to that server and what are the hops like in between you. So it's going to be different for everyone. It can be different for your neighbor down the road.
Yeah, I don't know about that. This seems... I don't know. Maybe for people in the US it might be okay, but I fear that everyone outside of the US might not have the greatest experience with this. But we'll see. I mean, maybe the campaign might be playable because you can sort of do it at your own slower pace. But multiplayer, just no chance. Like, absolutely zero chance. But a big get.
It would be helped by the Stadia-like controller that Tom Warren talked about, where it directly connects to your Wi-Fi instead of Bluetoothing to your device. That'll save you some latency.
Yeah. So I guess, I don't know. This is one of those things where, like, it's a good thing. Yes, it's a good thing for the service to have the biggest game of the year on it. I just fear that it's an experience that will, I don't know if it'll sour people on cloud streaming. I don't know if it'll sour people on Black Ops 6. Yeah, I don't know. What do you reckon?
Honestly, I see where you're coming from, right? I'm one that has tried lots of games in the cloud, and I've actually been playing cloud stuff for a long time, watching it evolve, right? And eventually you'll get to a place that, let's say, GeForce Now is in, which by and large you can't tell the difference. You just can't. Like if I tell you, if I show you I'm playing Alan Wake 2 on like a thin light handheld device, and obviously nothing is rendered there, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The ray tracing, the whole thing, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But they use specific hardware that gets them there, right? They use the actual server blades, whereas Microsoft is currently still using consoles in the cloud. I hear they're transitioning over, but who knows when that'll start? You know, who knows how long that will take? But I guess it's interesting that they're putting all of this out there, right? My podcast partner, Mr. Everborn Saga, likes to criticize them and say that they are pushing people to different endpoints, and so far none of the endpoints that they push them to are actually righteous. They're not best in class anywhere.
Yeah.
And this feels a bit more like that kind of a move for me right now, which is, okay, put it out there, let people know you can play it there. But you and I, just like you're describing, right? You and I both know when you're playing multiplayer and that it's not to say that the experience will be bad across the board, but the experience is very subjective based on your location. How can you guarantee that the bulk of the individuals that may be on your service have a like-for-like console-like experience, specifically when it comes to cloud streaming, being that it is so subjective based on your network connection, right? So there's more of a chance of it having a bad experience there. Your experience with it being a bad one, and it won't be their fault. But nobody will say that. Nobody will go, well, my ISP is not great, so I didn't have a bad experience. Yeah. I'm going to tell you that xCloud sucks. Or
xCloud sucks. COD sucks.
Yeah. it is a risk. I would
It is.
I would see why they wouldn't want to do that. I mean, even Halo that you guys say it plays fine. I've tried Halo multiplayer inside the cloud. Not great.
No, it wouldn't be. I haven't tried the multiplayer.
Okay.
I did the campaign. On cloud.
I've tried both. Like, it's okay and it plays well consistently, then hiccup. Consistent, then hiccup, right? And if you're in a multiplayer arena and then you're playing well, and then you get a hiccup, that hiccup is far drastic in multiplayer, And by hiccup, I mean the frames will drop, possibly the network connection will just be not as great.
Yeah.
Just for that slight moment, but then it desynchronizes everything. It's just, but you expect that because it's cloud today, right? I do hear you. We shall see, but I'm not too confident that would be the best place to play it. And I hope they don't spend too much time emphasizing that people play it that way. Because to your point, I agree that it could be just a bad look.
Yeah, I get why they want it on there. It's a draw card to cloud streaming. I totally get why they want it on there.
But then at that point, wouldn't you spend the background time needed? Or maybe they are doing this and we don't know. Maybe you make sure that specifically for Call of Duty, you spin up actual Azure server blades rather than consoles, right? Because if you do give them the best experience, hey, maybe it works great. But you got to start, otherwise that criticism is continuing to be valid, right? You point them to this endpoint, and once again, it's a debilitated experience.
There's a major difference between, so GeForce Now for us, people who are okay and understand how PC gaming works, it is PC gaming. Like you've got all of its issues. The thing they are going for is you can pay $20 and you just got COD and hundreds of other games that you can just hop right into and it just works. It might not feel as good, but it's for the casual. So like they're going for that casual COD player who's like, well, I don't have an Xbox, but I can spend $20 and I can play Warzone or Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 6 and I've got the option. And if it feels like shit, you got their $20, maybe they try stuff that does feel better. Maybe they try other games that aren't as bad. It's so much of it. Once you get someone into a sub, that is the hardest part of it. Like the hardest thing is to get them to ever do it once. So,
yeah, but then that takes us back to another argument we've had, and kind of leads us on to the next part of this whole Black Ops 6 thing is marketing. Like they're still not really marketing Call of Duty Black Ops on Game Pass or cloud to anyone that they should be anyway. They're ultimately just marketing this to the people that already know it's a thing. So
it definitely feels like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was supposed to be full PlayStation marketing through January 2025, according to the FTC trial. They got it onto Game Pass half a year early. I would not be shocked if part of those negotiations included there will be no direct company or subscription service stuff mentioned in any Activision marketing. So whenever you watch anything from Call of Duty's main accounts, it never says any platform. It never says any subscription service. It doesn't say a word. It's just the game. But their website does have it. It just brings you to xbox.com/Game Pass and that type of stuff. Yeah. So that is my guess, that they felt it was better for the service to get Modern Warfare 3 half a year early before Black Ops 6 is out than it was to say, play it day one with Game Pass after every commercial or something.
Yeah. So you wonder now if maybe next year's COD is the one that gets like the full-blown treatment, like
which is supposedly the Modern Warfare 3 for Black Ops 6, but better set up. Where it's like it's another Black Ops game, but it's set in the future and using Omni movement and a lot of stuff that was new for this one. And that because Sledgehammer was like, no, we're not doing this in a couple of years again. That almost killed us. So
yeah. Brit's saying they have Xbox and Game Pass advertised on the website of COD. It's very weird stuff. And that's what I mean. It is. The whole thing is weird, the way they're marketing it. So it makes sense what Jesse's saying if this is this sort of middle ground where they wanted to break the marketing stranglehold Sony had on it, but at the same time still weren't allowed to go full on in the other direction where it's like, this is Xbox now.
Yeah, because there was no marketing deal for Black Ops 6. it ended with Modern Warfare 3, but they were not going to be able to get Modern Warfare 3 onto Game Pass before Black Ops 6 hit, which would be a much better thing for them because, hey, we've got the new one, and then a few months later, we've got the old one. It's like, no, we've got the one before this that everyone's still playing right now. Come play it. It's still big. And then we've got the big one coming as well. But the Activision accounts just don't say anything about, like, we will not market us, or they already told FTC they weren't going to try and push it the way Sony did. They weren't going to do any exclusives or anything like that. Even the perks they've talked about will be available on other platforms right away. You might not get them for free, but they are available right away. No timed anything. That counted every beta, all that type of stuff. And in the spirit of getting shit on Game Pass faster, they might have given up on a little bit of the marketing stuff.
Well, we have community questions on this topic.
Oh, shit, you're pulling a John?
Oh, I thought that's how we wanted to do it.
It is, yeah. I was curious if you were going to bother.
No, I'm organized. I'm fucking better than John.
It's not saying much.
We have a couple, I think 2.
Ben Angelo?
Or I think, we have 2. We have from the... Okay, we'll go Ben Angelo first then. Ben Angelo has a community question about COD marketing. Hey, Nick, Jesse, and the wonderful Kay. Always love when you're on the show. We love when he's on the show too. That's why we always annoy him and ask him.
Oh, that's not annoying at all.
I was listening to the latest Joe Rogan podcast the other day, and Joe read out an ad for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It was interesting as there was no mention of Xbox or Game Pass. You would have thought that Microsoft would put a push on marketing. And lastly, Nick, what do you think of this season of Fortnite? I'm not a fan. The Marvel season is amazing. I love this season. Like, both Marvel seasons were incredible. This one has an Iron Man focus. Iron Man is my favorite Marvel character. Love this season. And they've even kept the Greek theme in the background. So they've blended my 2 favorite things.
They gave Iron Man a unibrow when he's really into anal. Very Greek.
You've got Iron Man. You've got Iron Man's boots to fly and his gloves to. That's so good.
And he calls everyone a malaka.
Yeah. So again, what you're asking about the COD marketing, that kind of lends back to what we were saying earlier, where maybe this is a middle ground between breaking Sony's stranglehold on the Sony, like maybe breaking Sony's marketing deal with COD. But the compromise is they can't full Xbox link it either until 2024.
Yeah, and Omen's question's pretty much the exact same thing. On the forum.
Omen. Okay, Omen, Call of Duty marketing question. Happy Saturday. So last week Xbox put out a huge ad for Metaphor ReFantazio on Times Square, and this week Call of Duty had an ad in Times Square too. The only difference is that the Metaphor ad had an Xbox logo on it, and Call of Duty has neither an Xbox or Game Pass logo. My question is, why didn't Microsoft add even an Xbox logo to the Black Ops 6 ad? Yes, so I apologize, guys, because we kind of addressed these questions as we've been talking about
it. Right now.
Yeah, that's how it looks to us, without knowing official details or anything like that.
We need another leak, and then we'll know.
Yeah, it appears as though they found a way or come to an agreement with Sony where they've ended Sony's marketing partnership with Call of Duty early. But Sony has then I'm just saying this is how it looks. And then maybe Sony has then said, okay, no more PlayStation marketing or anything like that, but you also can't tie it to Xbox either. It is a neutral game now. It is just no Xbox, no PlayStation.
It is Switzerland.
It's just Call of Duty, at least for this year. My assumption is that once the deal with Sony ends officially, then Xbox can full tie the logo to it, have it all associated with Xbox like they used to in the 360 days.
And they will still give the trailers to PlayStation, put on PlayStation, all that type of stuff. They will keep regulators happy because, as we have seen in America with the FTC finally going to town on things and wanting to break up Google, there's no point in pissing them off. Like, you can still then push Xbox and day one with Game Pass for the next Call of Duty. It doesn't matter if PlayStation can say, hey, it's on PlayStation 2. It's not going to be on PlayStation Plus.
Yep. Now, in one bit of marketing they are doing with Black Ops 6 that I don't
2
mind.
bits, really.
2 bits. I discovered the second bit yesterday by accident when I was setting my background with the Neva wallpaper. So Microsoft has... It's okay. I was going to say, but then it's a console that's not really selling. So as opposed to a limited edition console, which I thought they may have done
They
for a
just
game as
did
big as
with that
Black Ops
Galaxy
6.
Black. That is actually like a limited edition, which is why it's a little more expensive.
No, I know. I just thought they may have done that with a game as big as Black Ops 6, and now that they've got their own COD.
It was big enough to bring back the wraps for the first time since they were launched.
Yes, since Starfield. Yeah, so the last wrap we got was the Starfield wrap. We now have a Black Ops 6 wrap, which is also like the Starfield wrap, predominantly white. So this one should, in theory, look far better with the white digital Series X. But they've got a Black Ops 6 wrap, and they also have 2 different limited edition controllers, a stock standard controller and an Elite.
They are both tied to Design Labs and expensive as shit. $85 for this one that they showed for the regular, and $165 without the accessories for the Elite.
And I don't like either of those designs. I don't like I've had COD controllers in the past. The Advanced Warfare one was pretty nice. The Modern Warfare 2 one was nice on 360. Like, they've done a lot of COD limited edition hardware.
Lately, they've been pretty
over
ugly.
the years. But this one is... I do not like it.
It's very busy.
Isn't
It looks very busy.
And the disappointing part is it's quite difficult to make these things look ugly because they lend so well to limited edition designs, and yet they've found a way to make it not look very nice.
Looking at the screen here, I like the wrap more than I like the controller.
Yes, me too. I'm not going to say I love the wrap, but it's better than the controller.
The Elite 2 having all the writing on the grips is cooler than the way the other one looks.
Marginally.
So
they haven't had the writing there before.
When anybody brings up the Elite, then I must that gives me my reason to tell you guys about this. I just hope that the Elite 2 fixes their workmanship, because this is my Elite 2. See this?
I know, man.
My Elite 2.
I never had that come off. I had the right bumper brake on 3 of them.
It's ridiculous, and I have the first one too. My first Elite.
Look how it's bubbling.
There you go.
Look how it's all bubbling and gone weird. Look at it.
Yours is what will eventually turn into mine.
Yeah.
Turtle Beach.
It's just they're so bitterly
Terribly
disappointing.
made. Yes,
they are.
Made.
But then again, I say that, but
I had like 3,000 hours used on it by the time it broke, so I can't complain too much.
Okay, so
to be fair, even my DualSense Edge, look at that.
Oh wow, that's also acting up. That's weird.
Yeah, even my DualSense Edge is going all weird and bubbly. So it looks like Sony didn't learn from Microsoft's mistakes anyway.
No, yeah.
Oh, I mean, the DualSense and the Edge have a lot of problems. They get annoyed.
But these companies need to figure out another material that's not rubber.
No, they want you to buy more. They're not gonna. They want you to buy more of them. It's how they make a lot of money.
Rubber expands with heat.
You know what's funny?
A lot.
Like, as a guy, and most people don't know this about me because I don't really put it out on YouTube channels or whatever too much. I collect a lot of controllers. Like, I have a lot of controllers. So, and I have the DualSense Edge, and I have the Elite 1 and the Elite 2. Do you know what I find these days are the best controllers in the market? Cheap third-party controllers.
8-bit dough?
Well, this is this GameStar? No, this is big. This is big one. Like it does so much stuff. Like paddles on the back. I think this is like $60 or something like that.
A lot of them use Hall Effect too.
Yeah, this is Hall Effect. Everything. Then there's this guy. This one is definitely the GameStar.
That
this
looks
one
painful.
literally yeah, I know, because it's inline. But the funny thing about this one. The funny thing about this one, the buttons can go. The button layout can go from Xbox to Switch. With
that's cool.
Mechanical button. You press it and it switches everything from one. And they're all like made well and feel well. I have like many of them.
And
The only
Xbox
one
is
that
letting
seems
more of
these
them
days
do.
is Xbox. Yeah.
Xbox finally let more of them also just do native wireless, which is very good.
Which is
It's
right,
good that
really
they're starting
good,
to do that.
Yes, yeah.
I'm very
What
tempted
I'm
to get the
saying is-
Razer.
Microsoft should maybe outsource their Xbox controller, the Elite controllers, to one of these
No,
companies.
makes
'cause
way
they
too
seem
much
to have
money.
figured it out.
No, see,
If-
the issue is the people just buying them nonstop because they break.
Buying more and more
Like
of them.
that's the same. Don't expect the next shitty ass
I'm
Joy-Cons to
sorry.
be better. They're still going to drift.
I'm sorry, but 3 strikes and they're out. If the Elite 3 is also built like shit, I'm done with Elite controllers. I'll just get, for the first time, a
I kinda
third-party
feel like
controller.
I'm done now. I kind of feel like I'm done now. The third parties have come they've come so far. I kind of would not buy unless they literally put like a lot of verbiage around the quality control. Like unless Sarah comes out and goes we promised better quality control. I probably won't buy the Elite 3 because I have 2 of them now that are really like
Yeah.
falling.
You know what I'd rather? Just put back buttons or paddles on the regular controller, man.
Mhm,
And
yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Those regular
Many-
controllers
And many of
never
those
break
third
on me.
parties do that. Many of those third parties
They're almost
regular-
never paddles though, because you got to pay.
no.
Was
Yeah.
it Razer for the paddles? If it's a button, it's okay.
I just...
Yeah, get out of here, handsome man.
I'm done, man. I'm done. But yeah, so wraps
only other thing-
and controllers.
Dynamic
What?
background is up
Yes,
for
sorry, the
COD
dynamic
Ops.
background. So yes,
It's the box art.
yes, I discovered this yesterday when I was setting the my wallpaper to Neva. I just happened to go into the dynamic backgrounds just to see, and a Black Ops 6 one was just there. I'm like, how long has that been there for? Because I
Just showed up,
did
yeah.
not realize it was there. Yes, it's just that main key art that you see everywhere with the dude's eyes blacked out, redacted, I guess is how they've technically done it.
The titty bar, we call it.
Ooh, here now.
When you got the black
'cause
bar
it
covering
usually
the
goes
nips.
across.
Yeah.
Yes.
It took a little while for him to figure that out. I saw his brain
Yeah.
work in real time.
Yeah, it's just that, and it moves slightly here and there. It's fine if you like that Black Ops key art, which I actually don't mind it. I quite like it compared
I still
to the
like
OG.
the Shattered Space one more.
Compared to the OG, because obviously it's a throwback to the OG Black Ops key art. I think I like the new one better, believe it or not. I don't mind it. I don't mind the way they've done it.
You're not a racist.
Why was the original guy white?
I don't remember.
I don't even remember. Was the original guy white?
I don't remember. I was just making a bad joke.
That is just a random good statement right there. You are not racist.
I met him in person. Thankfully, he's not.
I don't.
It's hard to
fine.
find online right now. It's really bad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We call them the mouse
yes.
reapers. It's fine. Yeah.
It's not a bad dynamic wallpaper. I don't mind it.
There's a lot now.
Yes, there's quite a few of them.
They should open it
Now,
up and let people make their own. I don't know.
quite a few super chats.
People are gonna
We
sneak
did-
some SWAT stickers and shit in, and you know it.
Of course.
We did
yeah.
miss. There was a super chat on the topic of Alan Hartman leaving, which we just missed as
Oh,
we
we
were
got that
switching
one.
topics. No. Rafik145 says if promoting a boss is tied to the success
yeah,
of
yeah.
its studio, shouldn't Playground's boss be promoted? And if not, how do they select?
It's all
look,
internal
I-
politics. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so hard to know.
A massive company like Microsoft, if it's anything like the massive organization I work for, God only knows, like the promoting from within, God only knows how it
Yeah.
all happens. But yeah, I mean, didn't Playground lose their boss not long ago?
No, they
Who
lost a
opened up
guy
his
who
own
was
studio?
he was in
founder.
charge of founder.
Yeah,
I thought
and
he
he
was
was
a founder.
the lead on Horizon 5.
Yeah. Who else we got? We got Red Wolf Renegade. Was Xbox with or when they became a part of it? Because without having given, they could have honestly put in without getting out, without giving in. Then who was the phone? Who was phone? Red Wolf being a smart ass, I believe there. And then Assassin executive producer. No, Grand Benefactor.
Just Assassin.
Grand Benefactor. Assassin. Well, he's got here Assassin Entertainment.
I know, but he likes Assassin. That's why I've got it written up there.
I apologize on behalf of my podcast leader, Red Wolf. That's okay, mate. And we've got Amish AI with a super chat. Off topic, and that's okay because we just ended the topic anyway. Audeze nuts, LCD GX, worth to buy or not?
These are $900. Take that
God.
as you will. They are far and away the best sounding headphones I ever have. I use them for everything. They do have a plug that can go right into an Xbox controller if you want. They are always wired. This replacement wire is $115 fucking dollars. There's also one that has an inline mic with it that they give you two of them. It comes in a little friggin' case. They are amazing. If you can get them on sale, maybe. For an Xbox user, the Audeze Maxwell's over here that I use are my favorites right now. That I've got the new Corsair Super Max, whatever the hell they are called, coming in on Tuesday. So I'll have a review of those as I cover stuff up. So straight up wireless Xbox only. Audeze's are my favorite, but I haven't gotten to use everything. Best of the best anything I've ever used would be the LCD GXs, but they're really expensive. So maybe.
Cool. Okay. Next topic. Now, this is an interesting one. It didn't come up last week, or at least it didn't come up in time last week. It came up later after the fact. There was, now I can't remember, Jesse, where did this come up about Halo's Battle Royale?
It was on an certain Affinity employee's LinkedIn profile.
Right. So it was
And John
revealed
saw
that
it
there
first,
was...
and then everyone just took the LinkedIn profile and didn't credit him. And he's very salty.
Yeah. So it was there on someone's LinkedIn that there was a Halo Battle Royale in development that has been cancelled. And it's funny, like we caused a bit of a stir last year when all John and I were doing. So John and I were commenting on an existing rumor that was already out there that Tatanka, the rumored Halo Battle Royale, had been cancelled. That was a rumor that was already out there. Mm-hmm. And at the time on our show, John and I both said, we've heard similar rumors. This wasn't us doing a rumor mill. This wasn't us trying to leak anything or do anything. We were just like, it's funny that rumor's out there because we had heard similar. And somehow that got tied to us. And that was like, XboxEra is saying that Halo's Battle Royale is cancelled. And we're like, no, that's not what we're trying to say. We were just sort of trying to comment on the rumor that's already out there. And then I think the only journalist or person that even bothered to talk to us and ask us properly was Alyssa Mercante. She actually reached out to us properly to verify what it was we were talking about and then reported on the topic properly. So shout out to Alyssa for doing that right. But yeah, it looks like John and I did hear correctly that this Battle Royale was cancelled because that is what we had heard.
The thing he wrote was, multiplayer Halo Infinite. I led a large team of designers working on a cancelled Battle Royale mode for the Halo. I believe this product could have been a game changer for the franchise. We love playing it and working on it. And if you go to his LinkedIn now, it says, multiplayer Halo Infinite. I led a large team of designers working on the multiplayer portion of the game. That's it. He now works he now works at certain Affinity. I'm pretty sure Microsoft yelled about it. They wouldn't be happy.
Yes. Well,
you're still under NDAs generally.
I know, but the rumors had been floating around for ages. And again, Jesse and I had come to loggerheads about it. He thought it shouldn't happen. I was always like, no, a Halo Battle Royale, it fits. Battle Royale fits Halo. It just would. Like, the framework is there. You've got the ODSTs that drop. I mean,
everyone wants to be a Spartan.
Halo 3 ODST in and of itself, in a way, was almost like a Battle Royale. You were dropped into this little hub and you were going around, you were taking out, like, it just, there was so much of...
At this time, isn't this Halo Battle Royale idea become Forza Horizon in Tokyo or something? Like, the hype around it is so big that you probably shouldn't even bother making it anymore because it'll never live up.
And Battle Royale is a stuffed full genre. You're not gonna hit it large. Conquered wasn't a bad game. Conquered was competently made, looked great, played fine, sounded good, but nobody wanted it. And if you do the Halo Battle Royale, it
haven't
might
you
be
heard?
okay, but
Haven't you heard the lack of jiggle physics? I heard killed that game.
well, honestly,
That's what I
having really boring character designs doesn't help. Like those
Gotta
games,
have boobies.
those games
gotta
live
have
and die on
big-
having interesting graphics and characters, and when you're going for photorealistic non-humans, people can't cosplay that or really associate with it. It doesn't look right. It's always uncanny valley when it's a photorealistic, almost alien that's kind of bland and boring.
The answer is simple, man. You gotta have big, jiggly boobies. It's that simple, man. You have that instant
It's that
success.
simple.
But
there you go.
yes, I look. There's nothing wrong with the battle royale, and we said this back when discussions first happened about this. There's nothing wrong with it being a mode. It does not have to be this separate thing that needs to live or die by its battle pass and this, that, the other. There's nothing wrong with it being a mode within Halo multiplayer.
But
Then
it
it's not
also-
as important that it's hugely successful.
Halo multiplayer in general needs to embrace crossover IP. That's how all of these free-to-play
No, it
games
does.
work. Yeah. And so if that's just a part of it, that'll help a lot. Like if I can be the Doomslayer skin, because everyone wants to be a Spartan, no one wants to be an ODST. If I can if I can be a super powerful tank man, like if I can be Iron Man Halo, if I can be friggin' Space Marine Halo, like cool shit that makes
Again,
sense.
we said this, I think, last week. You can't just have Iron Man in Halo. You have to have
It needs to work.
Spartan.
Yeah.
The
You have to have
fracture stuff,
Spartan, Spartan designs that are inspired by Marvel stuff or whatever stuff.
Isn't that a problem that Xbox themselves have though? Like, and that's just in general. Like, I feel like for a long time now they have ABK, it's a whole different conversation. But before then, even right, you have a Halo show coming. You have Halo Infinite. You don't add some characters from the Halo show into Infinite.
Yeah, no.
Infinite didn't have a multiplayer team. They literally didn't have a multiplayer content team. Like that's why that game was so bad about adding content.
They have all these IPs that could intermingle in fun ways, and it looks like and ABK is now with them, and ABK is all about I mean COD is all about the crazy weird characters in the game. But in general, where the heck is my Doom guy skin in my Halo game?
Well, that was the thing. Like when they bought things, we had people on the team that were like, if they put any like Doom guy skins in Halo, I'm done. Because that's always been a problem with Halo fans. They're like, no, it's Halo. I want Halo. I don't want anything else. And it's like, then you're never going to have a game that's nearly as popular as it used to be.
Yeah.
There is no getting around it. That is the expectations around multiplayer games have been completely ruined by an entire publishing arm becoming a Fortnite factory. Like you've got thousands of people working on Fortnite, so everyone expects that to be the content pipeline for everything, and no one can do that but them. Not even Call of Duty can easily do that. They struggle mightily and have to bring in and have to cancel tons of stuff and make it an entire publishing arm focused on Call of Duty pretty much. Like it's just not sustainable, but it's what people want.
Yep. So it does look based on that person's LinkedIn that it's been cancelled. That employee is now at Certain Affinity, and you know what else?
He was at Certain Affinity. He's at Raven now.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So he's back at Xbox then.
Pretty much. It's hard to get away from him.
Yeah.
Speaking of Certain Affinity, Certain Affinity has been acquired
By Embracer
By-
2.0.
Keyword Studios. Who the hell is that?
The biggest support studio in gaming.
Really?
They have acquired like 60 companies in the last decade.
Really?
Yep, go look at. I'm going to load up their Wikipedia and I'm going to look at it. They bought Wushu, they bought Certain Affinity, who was always like, we are fiercely independent.
I did the research on that not too long ago and was surprised to see how many other studios they've gobbled up in the Embracer kind of
Since
way.
Look at that
2014.
high voltage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I have to zoom out this much to be able to show it all on screen. They've gotten this much since 2014. It is insane. They're Irish, but supposedly they've got a lot of Russian money. I heard that. I don't know if it's true. Allegedly, supposedly. Really just fucking massive. You know who they own? They own our favorite PR company, 47 PR. They bought them last year. Yeah, right there. 47 Communications bought last January. They own
It was started
so much
by a dude who worked at Microsoft.
Yep.
At Microsoft's Dublin office.
He started it in '98. They didn't start this
98.
They didn't start this crazy shit until like last year or last decade, 2014. They were around that long before they did it.
Look at that. Look how much they own.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's a lot. The stuff that I recognize is not a lot.
No, they are fully
Studio
focused on
Gobo?
support. Yeah.
Wow, Studio Gobo. They worked on Recall.
Mhm.
Who
But
else
that's
have
a
they
good.
got?
That's a good racket, right? Like it's not sexy, it's not front of the page, but you can basically be the publishing arm for all support studios. You can
Climax.
own all the support studios. That's crazy.
Climax, High Voltage, Tantalus.
Oh, they don't have their own website. Keyword Studios.
Yeah, look
I've
at
been
that.
on their
There's
website before.
47.
That's where it's right there.
Wushu.
Oh,
They only just bought Wushu.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
Recently, yeah.
Checked.
Wow.
But yeah.
That is full.
They are the number one global games services provider. They are fully focused, and it's keywords. I always forget, not keyword. Keywords Studios. They
Bro.
also
Climax has been around since 88. Climax made R-Type for the Atari.
Mm.
What the hell?
woke.
I didn't realize Climax had been
Woke.
around that long. What?
They've got a person
talking
of color on their website, so everyone's gonna yell woke. They used to pump out that they're focused on diversity and equality and all that stuff too, but they removed that
right.
because they probably get yelled at a lot by people.
Oh, they made Dead Nation. And they made Resogun, as in the ports of Dead Nation and Resogun. Assassin's Creed Chronicles. Wow. And
Yeah,
they
they just-
assisted Housemarque on Returnal. Climax.
Yeah, they
Holy
open
hell.
so much. They own so much. They offer so much. They help coding. They help artwork, audio work, QA. Really focused on localization, marketing with 47. It is.
So hold on. Now I heard, and please keep me honest, guys. I heard that the problems that were dogging 343 and all that was obviously the contractors and things, and how they were planning on turning the corner on that, because it's obviously a what do you call it? It's a problem of Washington state rules and whatnot with the contractor situation.
Yeah.
So they were planning on getting around it using managed service providers. Would this be similarly the type of managed service provider, like a gaming company that would then
Keyword
be
works on almost
contract-
everything. Yeah, they work on so much.
Right?
Also, I found it. They still do promote diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging on their website.
Oh,
DEIB. They've added another letter of evil.
Oh, no.
Yep.
These guys are
I know
like,
that.
they're like this secret embracer. That's just like this
Kind of,
behind the scenes secret embracer. That
I
don't
literally
advertise
joked and called them
themselves.
Embracer 2.0, but they've got a thing.
They are.
Our gender pay gap report. They are pure woke. Evil.
What do you mean? These guys aren't Embracer 2.0. Embracer is them 2.0. What do you
No.
mean? These guys have been around longer
Except
than
for
Embracer.
they're a much smarter business plan where they
Really?
aren't taking huge risks trying to build things. They're getting paid to help build things, like just nonstop.
Yes,
and everyone works
a
on
lo-
anything, anywhere.
Yeah, I just saw that Tantalus did helped or did Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
Yeah, they work
the
with
Switch this
everyone.
year. Like,
It's funny.
What?
There was somebody who's trying to push that. Oh, this audio company that Sony bought is talking about working on Halo. That means Halo's coming to PlayStation. It's like, no, PlayStation and companies like this, they buy people who focus on working with anyone to make any money anywhere. They just don't promote that, and Keyword's big on that.
Yeah, so keyword.
God, they have so many freaking
they're-
corporate buzzwords on their site. It makes me want to puke.
They're the OG Embracer, these guys.
They're Embracer with a
full on.
clue.
But they're not flying too close to the sun, so you don't hear them going down in the smoke and flames.
Yeah.
I've talked about keywords before when they bought Wushu, and we were talking about how weird it is that Shinobi works for the biggest support studio out there and still does insider reporting. Very nice man. I met him in person.
Yeah.
Still weird.
So yeah, I think that is a miss on Microsoft's part. They had a chance to add a studio that can help with a lot of their games, particularly Halo, like Max Hoberman, I think founded Certain Affinity, who was an OG Bungie dude that worked on Halo 2. Max Hoberman is like one of the key figures. I'm not going to say he's the key figure. One of the key figures behind Halo 2's multiplayer innovations.
I was going to say, technically, you could say either Max Hoberman himself or Certain Infinity, the company, has had his hands in every single Halo up to Infinite.
Yeah,
right? So
it's a big miss from Microsoft.
Them not having them now. So the very
why
next
wouldn't they have them now?
The first, unless
they're bought by a company that's like, hey, you want to keep paying them to work on your shit? Awesome.
Yeah. We have seen historically Microsoft is able to traverse that divide and go, see that company that belongs to you. They work for us now. And
keywords thing is just working with everyone. They've worked on a ton of Microsoft stuff. Like they work with everyone everywhere. Like Wushu under them was working a bunch on State of Decay.
But there is one solution to this problem. Just buy keyword.
That would be a lot. No.
Just buy keyword.
That one would probably get blocked.
Just buy them. Just buy keyword.
They have 13,000 employees.
It's less than ABK.
Wow.
It's fine.
Funnily enough,
3,000 more than Ubisoft.
It's almost twice as much as what ABK had when they were trying to buy ABK.
Yeah. It's less than Ubi, and they get more studios.
No one's buying. If Tencent buys Ubisoft, Ubisoft's not going to have 20,000 employees for much longer.
Nope. Okay. So long, Certain Affinity. It was nice knowing you.
Except for they're literally at the most supportive studio everywhere. So just bring a bag of money.
That does not feed my narrative.
Okay.
Now, last story that I'm going to bother with.
Wow.
Sony has gone full third party. No, I'm just joking. Spider-Man 2 is coming to PC in what should not be a surprise to anyone. Anyone who follows me on Twitter will have seen that I kind of
deduced.
I wasn't trying. I sort of was alluding to the fact that I've got a funny feeling we're going to be seeing Spider-Man 2 on PC announced soon. I expected it to be announced at the State of Play, just for the timing of everything. So a little birdie came to me and was like, I've got a funny feeling we're going to see Spider-Man 2 on PC soon. I'm like, why? They're like, Insomniac has started hunting down all the pirates that are streaming Spider-Man 2, but why are they coming after them now when they've left them alone for the last 8 months? Why are they coming after them now? Like, it sounds like they're probably going to announce Spider-Man 2 for PC soon. So I sort of made mention of that on Twitter, saying, hey, I've got a funny feeling we'll probably see it at the State of Play, because the timing was very curious. Like, they were coming for the pirates, and then the State of Play was coming not long after that. So I just expected
for the pirates. I don't understand.
They were taking them down. They were taking down all the streamers. There were people streaming playing Spider-Man 2 PC.
PC? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because of the leak. Yeah.
Yes, I think it all came from the Insomniac hack.
Yeah.
And people were streaming themselves playing Spider-Man 2 PC. And now Insomniac and Sony had left them alone for like the last 8 months. And then out of nowhere, they started shutting them down, which made this person who reached out to me believe that they were probably going to announce it soon. So I then took that info, saw that they announced the State of Play, and was like, okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see it at the State of Play. It was not there, but here it is not long after the State of Play, revealed at New York Comic Con. So it makes sense, comics, Spider-Man. Point being, Spider-Man 2 on PC, January. So only like a year and a bit. It was announced after Spider-Man 2 came out on PS5, so that window appears to be slowly.
Was it last September? So it's about a year and 3.5 months.
A year and change.
It had been 2 to 4 before, so it's getting shorter because they want money. Because most of their ports haven't been selling that much because they take too long.
Having said that, I know the assumption everyone is making is that the gap is getting shorter, but do we think the Insomniac hack and the fact that this was in the hands of so many PC players anyway, do you think maybe that played a role in hastening?
You know why?
No?
The Insomniac hack literally had January 2025 as the date for the PC release of Spider-Man 2. Yeah, it was in there. And then Venom later in the year.
So it was already... right.
And
so it was already
one of the big things is no DLC. So even though the hack also showed a bunch of DLC plans, they have said it is content complete. There will be no additional.
It appears it was cancelled. Yes. Yep. There has been DLC for Spider-Man 2, though, hasn't
Free, not the paid story stuff that had come out in the leak. Like about Carnage and stuff, Yeah,
because someone had told me
that they had 3 of them for the first one, right? 3 big ones, so...
Yeah. But they were a bit more...
They weren't huge, but they cost money,
Yes, and they were more additive to the story. They weren't... Yeah,
they were going to have that with this as well, but now it seems like they're not.
Okay, I didn't realize it was in their roadmap to be January 2025 anyway. Also, I just thought maybe...
Wolverine works on PC, as Britt said. They're focused more on PC now.
Yeah, I just thought that maybe because of the hack and so many PC players were already playing Spider-Man 2, I thought, we'll just get it out there. They're all playing it anyway.
No, it was the plan.
Get it out there now.
Spider-Man 2 is a good game that my kid kind of liked, but definitely feels like they have stretched the amount of content they can get out of what they had built for the first one pretty thin. Remajiggering into a multiplayer game didn't work. They ended up canceling that probably because of Bungie, because it would have been like, if you do that, it's all you do. And they have had to carry a lot of years for Sony lately. So, and I'm very curious what happens with Wolverine now, because I don't think that story that was in the leak was any good. I did not like it at all. I'm curious if it's just going to be that, but they touch it up and do stuff, or what. They have done so many super successful things for the past, 6 years or so. I'm really curious what they end up doing next. If it is a Venom expandalone, seems like the most likely thing.
I like expandalones.
Yeah, me too.
Well priced expandalones.
Yeah, I really like expandalones. They're good.
Expandalones,
Not Modern Warfare 3 at $70.
No, more like Infamous First Light at $20.
Sure. Yeah.
That sort of stuff is amazing. Yeah. God, it was so good though. But yeah, and it's Nixus doing the port, so it'll be good.
I hope they reuse more stuff. That's what the thing that's really powered like Persona game, Atlas, and Like a Dragon Studio, because I always forget how to say it in Japanese. They reuse their stuff so much, and they're like, why don't other people do this? We're able to make a ton of good games because we just reuse a lot of stuff we've made, and people are okay with it.
Because then idiots on Twitter go, oh, look, they reuse the animations, and they reuse this, and they reuse that. So, I don't know, maybe they try and avoid it. I don't know. Cares if they reuse? Isn't everything reused these days?
I mean, it's hard to be new. It's like most stories.
Stop listening to the mouth breathers.
The chuds.
Do you really notice that? Like when I play the new Assassin's Creed, I don't think about whether the animation is the same as in the last Assassin's. It's not a thing I think about.
It's the digital foundryification of game commentary.
Yeah. I never found it was a thing I thought about.
It's myself. Not a thing people care about as much as it's a thing people can list war about.
Use against each other. Yep.
It's kind of like my article that I wrote in a video that no one read or watched about the problem with Game of the Year discourse and review scores is everything just eventually comes down to, I'm going to argue with you. I'm going to yell at you, and that's all we're going to do. And I don't actually care much. I just want to argue. And I see these guys online, and they care. So now I care. And the truth is, they don't give a shit. They're just trying to get paid or get clout like Nick. That guy right there, he's paid in clout.
Like the stream.
Gets paid in clout bucks.
Yeah. Those clout bucks.
He gets paid he gets paid in me getting him codes.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Like never. Although Jesse didn't get me never.
Oh no, that's just ID at Xbox, but I get you.
I got that another way.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Black Ops 6.
We'll see.
Come on, Black Ops 6.
They gave us like 8 last year. I'm hoping they're as generous.
So I assume that Spider-Man 2 PC will be Steam Deck verified, and I've seen a few people in the chat asking me if I'm going to get a Steam Deck. Maybe I will. And
I haven't used this thing since I came back from Germany.
You know what I'll do? I'll sell my PS5 and buy a Steam Deck with that money, because you don't need a PS5 anymore, because all their games are coming to PC.
You've also got you got the 30th anniversary PS5 coming in, so shut the fuck up.
I do have a 30th anniversary PS5 coming.
I feel really bad. So I've always got these right next to me, but I really have not used these since I got back from Germany. Outside of
I use mine all the time still.
Checking performance on reviews. That's it. I feel bad.
Yeah.
But I'm always at my computer. It's so much better.
Running around with the kids all the time. This has become my place for little games and what do you call it? And Diablo 4.
Yeah.
I'm playing Diablo 4.
Well, my kids turned 20 and 16, so I'm past the age, and one of them's got his own car. I don't have to drive them anywhere really.
I think that's what I want a Steam Deck for. I want it for those indie games that I keep getting for free on Epic Games and on Steam and all that. Like, I don't think I'm going to use a Steam Deck to play Spider-Man. Like, I wouldn't, because I don't even know how well a Steam Deck would run it.
Well, it runs it pretty well.
You got to get used to Nick's not used to lower frame rates.
No.
He won't compromise.
I mean, he's a Switch player. Of course he's used to lower frame rates.
No, Nintendo lower frame rates are different.
Hey, Nintendo's games mostly run at 60.
Except for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah.
Boy, that does.
Echoes of Wisdom, yeah.
Echoes of Wisdom runs
Or
at
Breath
60
of the Wild.
on here, but I'll move
On there.
on.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're going to get knocked on your door tomorrow.
I feel like I want a Steam Deck for that sort of stuff. I want it because Epic Games gives away some incredible... Like, you can bag Epic Store all you want, but Epic gives away
hundreds of Epic games that I've
incredible games.
Amazon Prime, amazing.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes. Amazon Prime as well.
What Amazon Prime is doing is it's feeding your GOG account.
Yes. No, it feeds all of them. It feeds all of them. On Amazon, you get a lot of GOG games. You get a lot of, obviously, Amazon games for their launcher. You even get Microsoft Store Windows
Doom
games.
Eternal this month.
Yeah.
Yep. You get
awesome.
Epic games. They give you some Epic games as well. So it's like Amazon giving you a free Epic game. It's weird.
What I suggest for you, Nick, is wait and see what the AMD Strix lineup is going to be, because those should be far more performant, more pricey.
AMD what?
Their next generation of mobile chips called Strix.
Yeah.
So the big thing about them is they are supposed to be way more performant without draining battery, because like that is the main benefit of the Steam Deck right now. Super well optimized compared to the others. Weaker, but you get more battery life out of it. You need an Ally X to get a few hours in a AAA game because it just has a gigantic battery. But the new ones are supposed to be able to perform better while at lower wattage usage. So the type of thing that would help a Series S work in a portable. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Man. And that's my other thing. Do I just wait for the Xbox Portable?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I really want
an option.
Yeah, I know. I want a hybrid portable handheld console that's just not as garbage as the Switch is.
Switch 2?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm holding out hope for.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Super chat from here, all for you.
Yeah. So we got a nice little portable tangent, which is good because that's Kay's specialty. Risk it for the biscuit.
Oh, there
Western
he is.
Australian fucking jerk. Ubisoft is the Collingwood of gaming. Oh, are they the best? Are they? Fucking cock. They keep putting out mid performances, but the fans think they're the most acclaimed team, but they're mid.
Bit their mid.
Yeah,
Also,
I know BYT. I can't even spell.
There's
fucking
nothing.
loser.
There is nothing mid about either Avatar or Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
And
That's
Star Wars Outlaws.
Prince of Persia: The Lost.
Good game that also looks a lot better now because they fixed some weird graphical bugs I didn't realize were bugs. You go to that game now compared to launch, it is very good looking.
I was playing it a week ago or so. I'm like, the Jay Leno chin is gone. She looks good now.
It was something like there was a thing on everything that gave it this shimmer and this weird look. They didn't change her model. It's just the way things are rendered so much better.
And by the way, a quick tangent. Did you see her at Gamescom? Because she was at Gamescom.
No, I know. I remember hearing she was, but I did not see her. But she's very pretty.
I happened to see her at game, and I'm like, I'm not the one who tends to be on that train that says, "Oh, they're uglifying women." I'm not on that train one way or another. But seeing her in real life with my own eyes, I'm like, yo, they did her dirty. That's terrible.
Yeah, put it on the screen.
They needed to fix it. They needed to fix it, and now it looks much
a
better.
lot of it's the hair. Like so much of it, like that shaggy 70s frock is Star Wars, but it's also,
also weird.
Yeah, it's not a great look. I don't get why mullets are coming back. All of you young people are idiots for having mullets. That's all I know.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is the Collingwood 2023 Premiership. It's that pinnacle, that shining moment, the 2023 flag. We're also going to win next year. So Jesse, you guys are going to around September next year. I may be missing a lot.
Oh no.
Around September next year.
Another super chat.
Risk it for the biscuit with a stupid follow-up. Just kidding. Ubisoft isn't as bad as Collingwood.
Wow.
He's just
Sports ball.
jealous.
I grew up
jealous.
I grew up in Massachusetts, so I've had an insane amount of championships in the last 20 years. So I just look at sports and I go, what children?
Oh yeah, no. I know how that's like. I'm a de facto Pats fan, so I got to stop talking. Yes,
I hate them now.
Mullets have been back in Australia, especially in Melbourne, for quite some time. Mullets amongst the youth, probably about 3 to 4 years.
And also, I got to say, with I'm with AJH, the actress who K-Vest is modeled after, does have a big chin. Like she does. It's pretty. It's a noticeable chin if you look at her in real life. Still very pretty. Everyone thinks everyone's supposed to look like Anna de Armas and be this little pixie, but that's not all people.
But Angelo, have you finished it yet, Nick? I assume he's talking about the Prince of Persia: Lost Crown DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. I'm up. I think I'm in the home straight now, aren't I, Jesse? I'm on that part.
You're at the last thing that
me.
was a pain in the butt, really. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I keep playing it and then I keep dying over and over again, and it's really frustrating.
I reviewed it, and I've played like 20 things since then, so I honestly don't remember. I think you're near the end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm near the end. I've got almost all the collectibles. I've from what I can tell, I've opened up the entire map. I've done just about everything, so I must be very, very close.
It is a sizable mission for $5. Very good. Very good value for your time.
It is. Aside from this stalker mechanic.
I hate it. So it's this eye. Mechanics. It's an eye that chases you around, and if it touches you, you go back to the beginning.
You go back to the start.
First 2 segments, very short, just jumping and avoiding. Not bad. Third segment, you've got to fight multiple times while it's chasing you. You have to kill these people to get through.
But it does have deals. It does have checkpoints.
I was not first time.
Checkpoints.
The last time doesn't have checkpoints. The last one is so there's a checkpoint. So you get to a point and there's a checkpoint, but that time where you got to go up and fight people, Nick, you got to go and fight 2 more people and jump around for another 2 minutes. No checkpoint. Drove me fucking crazy. Took me like 6 times. Mort's right. It didn't take that long, but for someone like Nick, it's going to take a month.
Yeah, I keep going back and doing it, and I just keep dying, and I end up getting frustrated, and then going to play something else. I'm curious
if they patched it to give it another checkpoint in the middle. I really hope they have for people.
They might have, because I'm pretty sure I've had a couple of checkpoints when I played it like yesterday.
Yeah, I got it early. That's the annoying thing about doing reviews is you give the feedback that this section sucked and was really bad in a very nice way. And they fix it for everyone else. So then you complain about it in the review and they're like, it wasn't like that. Like, it was for me. God damn it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's everything. That's the news that matters. That's the super chats. That's everything out of the way, which
Nick,
means...
if you want, I think I might have the footage of that section if you want to see it. Do I still have it?
No, I don't want to see it. I'm playing it.
But we can talk about it. We can show it to people and they can see how good I am. Yeah, I do have it. You're near the end
So
looking at it. You're pretty close.
In the end, we like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown a lot. So why don't you, watching, all 190 odd of you, like the stream? Hey, do you see how I weave that in? We would
John
really,
never does that. We don't get any likes anymore.
We would really love it if you like the stream. Hey. Okay, so the next thing we're going to, as soon as I said that, we lost like a bunch of viewers. The next thing we're going to now is, and I need to grab my iPad, what year, my dear?
Buttons pushed. And we're back.
We're back.
God, you were like 2 seconds too short. You were close.
Yeah.
I gotta get the music going. So, have you seen What Year, My Dear, Mr. Asante?
I have not. This is new to me.
Yes, it is.
It's to give myself a little bit of a break from having to keep coming up with different ways to say the same games. So this one is literally just going to give you a game. You tell me what year it released. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's all it is.
And
And
where do I go on my phone?
So on your calculator, you're just going to write the year.
Calculator, I guess.
And then you show the year with your calculator. It's like 1995, 2004.
Okay.
It's easy. You can write it too, but then you don't have to waste any paper.
So this week's topic is allegedly games published by Sega.
Yes, I need to quickly.
That's a decent 40-year span.
Yeah, it's not an easy one.
Yes. Boop. As someone who has been playing Sega games since the start, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Basically, what he's basically saying in uncertain terms is, I'm about to get wrecked. It's fine. Go ahead.
What? You can't assume that. Like, just because I was a Sega fanboy...
you're a Sega kid, aren't you?
Yeah, but just because I was a Sega fanboy growing up, I don't remember the exact year I played everything. Like, I was a kid. Now, part of our amazing game show segment, absolutely amazing, is that we play for our patrons. So we represent them, and the winner gets a free game code from Jesse.
A random ID at Xbox game. Congratulations.
Yeah. I am on John. I don't think I can win this year. John has a massive lead on me. I am playing for Dylan Chulander, and Kay is playing for Agent 47, star of the Hitman series.
Nice.
Is it Rupert?
Yes.
Whatever the hell his name was, or the other guy? Two different people played him in the movies. All right.
Oh, right. Okay.
Sega
So,
published titles. We have 15 in total. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. Getting it correct gives you 3 points. Being closer without going over gives you 1.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, the first game. What year was Hang On released on the Master System? I'll give you the... unless it's like super multi and new, I'll let you know what console it came out on, or arcade.
Okay. The problem for me here... The problem for me here is, like, what was it called where I lived, which was not in the States, but okay.
Where did you live? I can look it up real quick. It gives.
I lived in, but during the Master System time, probably the Netherlands.
Yeah, Hang On. It was Hang On. It was always Hang On.
It's weird. You look things up, Nick. I have a couple here where I wrote multiple names.
All right.
As far as I can tell, it was always Hang On. It's the one that was the motorcycle.
Okay, come on.
Gentlemen, give me your years in 3, 2, 1. 86 and 87. Nick is closer, but he went over. It is 1985.
Really? It was 85. Hang on.
Yep.
Really?
1985.
Wow. But the Master System wasn't out in 85, so you've said the
It's-
arcade one then.
So,
is why,
no,
yeah.
Japan. I'll try and remember that. So the list is always the first time they came out, which with Sega was always Japan.
but
Like you've got Dreamcast games in 98.
But that makes it a crapshoot then, because they release it in the States way later than they release it.
Yeah.
That one must, if the Master System wasn't out yet in 85, then it must have been Japan. It didn't say Japan. I've got one that I put as Japan when it was different. These should all be US release dates because we're Amerocentric. All right. Number 2 is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing across the 360 PS3 era. First one, not transformed.
Oh, Lord. Hold on.
So Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era.
I don't know if I've got this
Sonic
right.
and Sega All-Stars Racing, an okay game. Trumped massively by the stellar best kart racing game ever, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed.
I like the first one better. I actually like it
You're
better
a
than Mario Kart.
fucking prick. All right.
I actually
Gentlemen,
like it better than Mario
please
Kart.
give me... I mean, Mario Kart's not that fun because of the friggin' mechanics with the shells. Next one is giving me the year in 3, 2, 1. 2008, and what did Kay say?
2009.
Kay is closer by 1 year. It is 2010.
Oh, and I was going to say 10.
Taking a point for... You know what? I have a headshot of you. I think I can edit this real quick. You know what? I'm just going to put K
boy.
on the scoreboard. Boop,
There you
boop.
go.
I forgot to do it. Well, whatever. I'll say K Asante, but you're going to look like sick. Sorry for the insult.
Sick Asante? Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
It's a pain in the ass to change things on this scoreboard thing. They want you to pay,
So
and
don't.
I don't. I don't pay, and that's why it's a pain in the ass. All right, 1-0. The current score. K Asante in the lead. Gentlemen, what year did Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut release? So that would have been across the original Xbox, PS2, and GameCube, I
GameCube.
believe. To give you an idea. -0 knows Transformed is better in every single way than the first one.
I reckon I'm going to be over
All right,
by a
give me your
but
year
we'll see.
in 3, 2, 1.
Why are we always off by one?
Nick
Like,
has
that's
nailed
weird.
it.
I know.
2003.
Yes. I
Give
thought
3
I might
points
have
to
been
Kay.
02. I was going to say 02.
Just kidding. I'll give him to Nick. Nick is now up 3-1 as we are
Okay.
through 3 questions. Gentlemen, the next one is a do.
Oh,
When
yeah.
did
Daytona, USA.
Daytona USA release on the Sega Saturn.
Ooh. You know, man, I was so upset by that port.
No,
I was
oh my
so
God.
upset by that port. Now,
Now,
I'm either
All right,
going to
people
have
are
this
yelling at
one
John's
spot
face, I'll
on,
change it.
or I'm going to be off by a year. I'm either going to be off by a year or have it spot on.
I have no. I'm literally just like taking a stab in the dark right now because I was totally off of the Sega Saturn train.
Give me a second. People are upset that it's not Kay's face, so I'm trying to make it Kay's face.
That's not necessary.
They're angry people, man.
Let's go away.
Where is it?
So confident he's singing, ladies and gentlemen.
Give me a second. Hold on. Where the heck did I put your face shot? I put it in here. I did put it in here. Got it. Finally found it. Jesus Christ, that took a while.
Daytona.
Alright, is that back to K now? Did it not work? Hey, there we go. All right.
Come on.
it's now
Can I put my
Kay's
year up?
face. Gentlemen, give me your year in 3, 2, 1.
96.
We got 96, and what's the year from K?
93.
No.
According to Wikipedia, it is in fact 1996. Congratulations, Nick.
There you go.
I
God,
knew it was
friggin-
either 96 or 97 because the Saturn came out in Japan in 95. So it couldn't have been before 95. And then I can't remember if Daytona was a launch title or not, or I think it came a bit later. I remember buying it, and I bought the Saturn in '96, and I remember buying Daytona within the first year in Australia. So I'm like, it's either '96 or '97. I just couldn't remember which.
All right.
And I remember being so upset about how the visuals did not come anywhere near the arcade version.
We get a lot more if we want to get actually
Like,
get through.
what?
Gentlemen, what year did oh god damn it, I didn't freaking actually type it up there. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie come out on the Sega Genesis and Game Gear?
That was a Sega published game.
Yep. A lot of Genesis stuff was Sega published because Nintendo wouldn't let the other people actually do it.
Yeah, I know. Arseholes. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie on Mega Drive and what?
Game Gear.
Mega Drive?
Yep.
On Game Gear.
Yeah,
This
Genesis and Game Gear. Mega Drive Genesis.
This is a stab in the dark to end all stabs in the dark.
All right, gentlemen, give me your years in 5.
I have no idea.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I have no idea.
95 and what? 96?
98.
Oh, 98. Well, unfortunately, Nick has once again nailed it. 1995.
Really?
A commanding 9-1 lead.
That was a complete and utter guess. Like I didn't play that game.
But that was around the time the movie came out, so that would let you know.
Is it? I never watched that movie.
Oh.
I never watched the movie. I have no idea.
Wow, random guess then. All right, gentlemen.
Completely random.
What year did Tembo, the Badass Elephant, release on the Xbox One and
good
PS4?
one. Good
A
one.
Sega published title.
Yeah, good one. Okay,
Tembo,
I've either got
the
this
Badass
nailed.
Elephant, Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
It's actually not a bad game, Tembo. It's actually not a bad game. I've either nailed this or I'm 1 year over.
Gentlemen,
I've
give me your
nailed
years in 3, 2, 1.
2014.
Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. It stepped away. Shoot. I was
Don't
wrong
look.
anyway. It was 2013, but it stepped away.
2013,
It was
2014.
It might be 2013.
Nick
2013.
is closer while being one off. It was 2015.
Really?
Yep.
I said
Wow.
2013.
I thought it was either 13 or 14. I could have, like, I was going to say 13 with UK. I thought it was either 13 or 14. Well, there you go.
Yep. Some people in chat got it. All right. It's a 10-1 lead. Okay, I need you to hit some. We're going to make this interesting. Gentlemen, what year did Team Sonic Racing release on the Xbox One and PS4?
Oh, that's recent.
What? Oh, hold on.
This was after Sonic and All-Stars Racing. This was Team Sonic Racing. It had a whole drift system. And it was okay. It was a massive disappointment. Not great.
It was okay.
Yeah, it just wasn't the perfection that was on Sonic and All-Stars. Gentlemen, give me your years in
I think
3,
I'm a year over.
2, 1.
I think I'm a year over.
2019
19?
for K. K has nailed it at 2019.
Oh, wow. I'm way over. Holy
Yep.
shit. Okay.
Time flies,
I
Nick.
didn't realize it was... Yeah, it really fucking does. It was 5 years ago. Oh, my God. Holy shit.
Ryu Gu Gotaka, is that how you say the Like a Dragon in Japanese?
Something like
really
that.
bad. What year did they release Binary Domain for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3?
Wow. What a deep cut. Wow. Binary domain.
No idea.
Gentlemen,
No idea.
give me your years in 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. 2008, 2000. You both 2008? I can't see yours.
Yeah,
You
we're
are
both 08.
both 4 years off. You both get nothing. 2012.
2012?
Yep.
Oh, wow. And I was going to say 2010. God damn it.
You would have got a point. Still 10-4. K's got a chance because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. We've been going slow because Nick is going on rants. Gentlemen, what year did Judgment release on PlayStation 4 from the same studio?
Judgment.
Mm-hmm. From the studio that puts out 8 trillion games. I don't know how they do it. RGG.
No.
Give me your year in 5,
Pretty recent, no?
4.
Oh,
It was
and-
PlayStation PlayStation 4 release. Give me your year.
PlayStation 4 release. Okay.
Yep. 3, 2,
That's too late, isn't it?
1.
That's too late, isn't it? That's
Later
too
than
late,
mine.
isn't it?
Hold on. 19.
What's yours? 2019 and 2018.
That's
Nick
too
has
late,
nailed
isn't
it at 2018.
What?
Oh, wow.
No.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It came to Xbox 2 years ago. But yeah.
Maybe that's why I got confused.
Yes, PlayStation 4 release.
But 2018 feels
getting out
very
of hand.
late
You're gonna
for
have to
a
nail 'em
PlayStation
all.
4 release.
No, it's not.
I suck at this. I'm telling you.
PlayStation 4 was the only thing to release on until the end of 2020. What are you talking about?
Oh, hi, Epic Treasure.
Hi.
We're all like, "Hi."
Just saw a bunch of Aussie flags in the chat there.
Gentlemen, would you please let me know what year did Jetu Setu Radio come out on the Dreamcast in Japan?
Oh my god. Oh my, you are a terrible human right now.
Shit.
Damn it.
Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Yay!
And if I get this wrong, I do not deserve to ever play that game again. I played that
Give
once
me a
year.
year. In 3, 2, 1. Nick has won this game by getting it correct
damn
once
it.
again. 2000.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do the last
See,
ones for
I knew
fun.
it came out in 2000 I knew it came out in 2000 in the States, but
Mhm.
that's why I put 1999 in Japan.
Dreamcast is hard, like, because
It's 2 or 3 years.
you only have a 2-year window, technically, sort of,
Yeah.
because the console only existed for like 2 years, but games kind of kept coming out post that, and it was just this awkward. And then Japan, the games
It
came
was
out usually
late
a year
98.
earlier.
Yeah, it was like late 98 through 2002, pretty much.
Yeah,
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast is tricky.
That's why
like
I
that.
didn't do many Dreamcast. All right, for funsies, what year was Quake published by Sega on the Saturn?
On the Saturn.
Yep.
Wow.
Doot, doot, doot.
On the Saturn?
Gentlemen, give me your years in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 97
Always up
and
by one.
96.
We're always up by one. He's
And
always right.
unfortunately, once again, Nick has nailed it.
See,
1997.
he's always, and I'm always off by 1 year every time. Like, what the hell?
The next one's the
I did-
32X
I did-
game. Our first.
Ooh, okay.
Gentlemen, what year did Knuckles Chaotix release?
Oh my god.
Everyone's favorite. Have you never heard of Knuckles Chaotix?
No.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
No, Kay hasn't.
No.
It's like a Sonic mod. It's like a mod for Sonic.
It's not
I'm
not
gonna-
well loved.
I'm just gonna guess.
Gentlemen, show me your years in 3,
wait.
2, 1. We got a 95. We got a 95. Both 95. Both correct. 1995.
Ah, I guessed and I get it right. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay.
All right.
And it sucked, huh?
I don't remember
Oh,
people.
no, it was okay.
It was.
It was okay.
I mean, Nick saying that means it probably sucked. Gentlemen, what year did Sonic Mania release? Xbox One, PS4,
shit.
Switch.
Wow.
Yeah. Remember, time flies.
Yes, yes.
We still have the limited edition
So-
Genesis up there.
I've put the year that just jumped into my head straight away, and I've stuck with it. My gut instinct on this.
All right, gentlemen, give me your years in 3, 2, 1. What do you got, Kay? It was
2020.
It was 2017. Nick is correct again.
17.
Yep.
17
Wow.
just popped into my head instantly. I wasn't
That old,
certain.
bro?
This is a terrible game because Nick's ego is going to be so big.
Oh well, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't certain,
Man remembers
but
days.
for some reason, 2017 just instantly popped into my head, and I don't know why. And I'm
After
like, you know
trying
what?
to cheat, he lost 983 to 6 last week, I think. So he's come
Cheated?
back. Yeah, he
How
tried
do you
to.
cheat in this game?
Well, so it was Final Fantasy Pixel
I need to
Remaster.
know.
It was Final
Oh my
Fantasy
God.
Pixel Remaster, Unname a Game. John
That I
said
was correct
Final The thing is, Nick, that game has 17 fucking names.
Yeah, I know it does.
It's ridiculous. So when he said the 1 to 6 thing, it's because that's literally how it's listed everywhere. It only says Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster on the box art. It doesn't say it on any store listings, but that's what I was looking for. John said Final Fantasy 1 to 6 Pixel Remaster. He said every word.
Your 4 words
He said them all.
were Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. And John goes, Final Fantasy 1 through 6 Collection Remaster?
No,
And
he
it's
said Pixel Remaster, not Collection.
No,
he said Pixel.
that's not right.
He said Final Fantasy 1 to 6 Pixel Remaster. He said every word.
Whatever, man.
I've never not allowed it if you get every word. It's only not counted if you miss
Was that the last
words.
one, or have we got more?
We got 2 more. Do them real quick. Gentlemen, what year did Bayonetta come out on the 360 and PlayStation 3?
Oh, shit.
Bayonetta 1. Obviously, the Switch ones were 2 and 3.
Oh, shit.
Bayonetta 1.
Time flies. That's all I'm going to say.
I think I've got this.
Give me your years
I'm
in
off by a
5,
year.
4, 3, 2, 1. 2008. What do you got, Kay?
14. I said 14. I'm wrong.
It's 2009.
14.
Nick gets the point.
9.
Ooh, I was off by a year.
go.
I had a funny feeling I was off by a year, but I wasn't sure if that was 7 or 9.
All right. We got one last one. It's a funsy I threw in there because it's a game I remember fucking hating when I was a kid because it was so hard. It is Batman Returns for the Genesis/Mega Drive.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Again, this is the first year that popped into my head, but I don't think it's correct.
What number does it end with? Just let me know.
4.
Incorrect. Okay, what is your
I
year?
thought so.
89.
You would have been closer. You would have gotten the point. It was 1992.
92.
Shit.
Okay.
That game was so goddamn
I
hard.
played it. I do
It
remember
was
playing it too.
So hard as a little kid. That's all I remember.
It was good.
Well, there you go. Nick won by a lot.
Horribly slanted. Yes.
Nick won pretty handily that one. It might have been our outside of
Nick.
last week where John won by over 900 points. It's probably our biggest victory. I'm very sorry, Mr. Asante.
Sega's my jam. Sega's my jam.
And there it is. That was the name of the game. Now we got community questions. Nick, please walk us through.
Now that video game podcasts' greatest game show segments are over,
Sure.
I'd like to take a minute. Because John doesn't like to do this, but I really
He
do.
hates it.
I'd like to take a minute to acknowledge our incredible community and mostly our patrons. You know, these are special people that, you know, they appreciate us and what we do so much so that they part with their hard-earned to help support us.
Hard-earned
Which is
what?
great.
You didn't say.
I don't have to say. It's
You
obvious.
just said they part with our hard-earned. Hard-earned what? Crack?
With their hard-earned.
Cocaine?
No.
Drugs? Is that it?
They would know what that is.
Is that why John's not here? Because he's partying with the boys as a, you know...
Well, John's not here because
Hey, now.
he does not
Wow.
hard earn anything.
Technically, he is working.
Sure. Whatever you say. So yes, so we appreciate that. I appreciate it so much that I don't even take a cent of it. It's all about XboxEra.
If you want to know what we're talking about, I'm going to put this up from Mort. Feels strange to not be hated for once, because John
Yeah.
is famous, infamous even, for
Yes.
hating our patrons.
I love all of our. That's why I try and mention them by name.
You
so
really
often
love the
throughout
women.
show.
We have a couple now.
Yes.
Nick is extremely
Yes,
excited.
I don't love the women. I appreciate because we have had over the years, we have received a lot of flack for being somewhat of a sausage fest.
Somewhat? Come on.
Somewhat of a sausage fest of a
We've had
community and
Miss
podcast.
Deus Geek on as a guest. That's literally it, I think, for women.
And Tay.
Oh, Tay.
Tay as
Forgot
well.
about Tay.
Taylor from formerly of IGN.
Now, who knows what? Hating the Ravens losing on Twitter.
You should get Epic Treasure on. I've had her on my show. Great
And
guest.
I appreciate that we now have female patrons. I think that is a fantastic thing.
Or people
So I
using women's names as a patron. We would never figure it out. But.
We technically wouldn't know, but I don't want to make that negative assumption. I'd like to take them
I
at
like
face
Julia.
value
She's
and
on the
assume-
forums a lot, and she always likes my posts. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that I appreciate and would like to highlight that fact so people are aware that it's not a sausage fest here at Xbox Era.
It's a sausage fest at John's house right now. Oh boy.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
That is where the
What are we doing
sausage
right
fest
now?
is. And I would also, in particular, like to highlight our executive producers.
One of whom, who's above executive producer, is literally asking a question you need to answer right now, Nick. Assassin in the chat.
Wait, let me move the chat back over to this screen so it's in front of
Oh,
me.
you were cheating in front
Why
of me.
Why does John hate us? Did one of the patrons make fun of his haircut or something? No, Assassin. So the way this started, the reason John hates you guys is because, particularly in the early days of community questions, everyone was asking super long questions, which were like crazy long questions.
We had Karis before. Karis hated us because someone.
Don't worry
told
about
her
why
we were-
Karis hates us now. It's a stupid reason, but anyway.
it was. She would write very funny, but like
Yes.
500-600 word questions.
Very,
very funny.
drawn out.
Yeah.
Long questions, and a lot of patrons would ask a lot of questions, so and it would frustrate John to know him
Hytham's 7-question posts.
because he wanted to go to bed. He's very tired, so he would get frustrated at the length.
Well, he would fall asleep during
our
the
questions.
questions. Yeah.
And that is why John does not like any of you. Where I did not care about the length of the questions. I
Nick
like
refuses
to,
to
hear
get
my
up
own voice.
early, so he's feeling good.
I love the sound of my own voice, and the longer the question, the more I get to read and talk, which means I'm hearing my own voice.
John might have said,
more.
why is Nick so mad that I was trying to read the questions? And I was like, because he likes hearing himself.
Yeah, I do. I don't hate hearing my voice as much as I used to. I'm grown accustomed to hearing it now. So that is why John doesn't like our patrons. I, on the other hand, love them, especially the executive producers, grand benefactors like Assassin Entertainment, Croat56, and of course,
yeah,
our CEO, Freak, Torn Raptor.
who we met in
Absolute
person
freak of
with
nature.
his daughter.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely man.
Yeah.
A little bit taller
So,
than
yeah.
me, so I wasn't happy, but outside of that, very lovely man.
Yeah.
Unlike your
So-
friend who is way taller than me. Jesus Christ, that guy's huge.
Yeah, he is massive. So yes, as I like really focusing in on the patrons,
Especially the women.
highlighting how great they are, especially the women. Yeah,
He was very taken aback that we had female patrons.
yeah, I was really
and
legitimately shocked.
He was like shocked to the point where we started teasing him about it. He's not a creep.
yeah, I was like, I was
far as I know.
legit shocked. I was like, holy shit, we have female patrons. Wow. And of course, the best perk of being a patron is that you get to ask us community questions, which we will read on the show.
You want
Now,
to do the
we have-
one form one, and then we'll go over to the forums.
Yeah. We have been trying to blend them into the show, but most of them weren't related to any of the topics we're talking about, so they're here at the end. Okay, so first community question that I'm reading out by TownYsend about Xbox achievements for OG games. What's going on, chaps? What is your guys' opinion on Xbox adding achievements to OG Xbox games? I'm not a full-on achievement chaser myself. However, I feel I'd be more motivated to check out some older games if this was the thing. Cheeky request, can you give your mate Jason a nudge and ask him? Thanks, guys, as always. I
wouldn't-
personally wouldn't like it.
Because you'd feel the need to have to do it.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't like it. I leave them alone. I'm fine with them having no achievements. I just would like to go back to those games whenever I feel like it, as opposed to frustrating me by wanting to get all the achievements.
If I had to guess, they're never going to touch any of that stuff ever again, really.
So
It doesn't
if
look
you,
like it.
if you are a person who wants achievements for older games like that, whether it be Xbox or otherwise,
Emulation.
look up a service called retroachievements.org. There are many apps that connect to retro achievements, and then you have your whole thing. Go back to Nintendo if you so choose. and they all have awesome, well put, thought out achievements. How you play them, I'll leave you to discover that for yourself. But retro achievements.
Nintendo will be at your door someday.
Hey now,
Yeah.
I didn't say their name more than twice. You just said the third time.
Nintendo. Oh, speaking of 3 times, should be a Sick and Nick's Flicks next week if John doesn't flake, and it will be
Again.
both of the Beetlejuice movies and what was the other one?
Alien Romulus.
Alien Romulus.
Oh,
so
nice.
Beetlejuice 2 is way better than 1. Really liked it.
Much better. What else did I watch? I just watched something, I think, last night.
Anything that hits digital that you can steal.
Wild Robot. Oh, how good's
that one.
Wild Robot? Oh,
I haven't watched
Wild Robot.
So my brother is 47-year-old man. Fucking loved it. So at that point,
Yeah,
I'm like,
it was
okay,
great.
we got to watch
fantastic.
it. I'll probably watch it tonight.
And I watched The Substance. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
we should talk
god. What
about
the
that.
fuck is
Make John
my
watch
God.
that. Like
what the
a really interesting concept of this whole younger you, but it's a split
and
thing,
aging naturally and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff. It's about
but-
it's a message on aging naturally and beauty standards.
and then it's like the worst body horror you can imagine.
oh my god.
It's so,
like
the last 30 minutes of that movie are fucking crazy.
Yeah, like-
Don't spoil it.
honestly, like there's even craziness in the first 3/4 of the movie, but it was stuff I was totally on board for. Like, I'm like, okay, I get what they're doing. I totally understand the message they're sending with this movie. So many messages, both modern and old, about aging and how women are treated in the entertainment industry and all sorts of great stuff. Totally on board. And there's great nudity in it, which I'm 100% on board for. All good things. And then the last half an hour comes along and goes fucking batshit off the rails. And the movie gets so fucked up. I was like, what is
It's
happening
amazing.
right now?
I loved it, but it's definitely a thing. Don't look into it at all. Don't watch it with kids around, especially if there's a lot of nudity and then there's a lot of gore.
Oh,
It's something.
just-
Yeah. If your kids
I
are
was waiting.
older, maybe.
I was waiting for the whole movie to just be a dream. I'm like, okay, she's going to wake up now. Like, this is one of those movies where you've had this entire experience and then Demi Moore's just going to wake up at the end and be like, oh, wow, that was a fucked up dream. Nope. Demi Moore does not wake up. It was not a dream. It all really happened. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this movie?
Okay.
Anyway,
Watch this. Okay.
tangent.
Yeah, it's worth watching. It's an experience.
Oh my god, it's messed up. Okay, so that was quite a tangent based off the first community question for some reason. Next community question, Jesse brother. Subject: unfair treatment of candidate Nick Baker. Happy podcast 233, mon ami. Also known as Jess, because your Why Game of the Year and review scores are inherently flawed piece was a, pardon the pun, 10 out of 10. Nick, you kind of missed my point last week about Halo going to Unreal Engine 5. I was merely pointing out that the Slip Space engine specifically ran Halo Infinite extremely well, frame rate wise on console, and for any future Halo product to match that, along with it also having the awesome graphical fidelity the demo showed, will be quite the accomplishment. But you were right about one thing. You certainly do love repeating yourself. I do. My question this week is for Jess. Bro, do you feel guilty for robbing Nick of his win over the part-timer last week? Please excuse my hands while they play this invisible accordion to show solidarity with poor candidate Baker, who's been treated very unfair. Very unfair. I'm sure you and some of the cooler people in chat will get the accordion hands thing. And for those who did not, very unfair. It was a very unfair treatment. My win was huge. It was a huge win. John was nowhere. He didn't even answer the question properly. It was
You sound too coherent.
me.
You got to start rambling and then just hanging around and staring at music to be more accurate now.
Crazy.
It was
Yeah,
huge.
sounds like that.
My win was huge.
Now get up, walk over to the side of the room, and just bop to some music for half an hour, and you'll be more accurate to real life right now.
It is a terrible rendition, but the fact that I still
It's
know who you're
huge.
talking about is just bad.
It was huge. It was huge. My win was huge. It was a very nice
Yeah,
win. It was the best win.
Everyone said it was a win. Got a super chat.
Everyone
if you wanna
knows
hit
it was fixed. Everyone knows it was fixed. The results were rigged.
Answer,
I won.
though.
It was a huge win.
To answer the question aimed at me, no, because he lost
I did not lose.
twice.
It was a huge win. It was huge. Okay, I'll save the super chat for the end.
Okay.
Next question.
Oh, God.
Hytham G. Hytham G. Category: horror, phobias, and Comic Con. I had fun at Comic Con, destroyed my wallet as usual, but here is a question for the people hosting a podcast and watching the podcast. Down below is this. This sentence structure in Groma is off the charts.
No, you know what I gotta say, Nick? I'm showing this right now on screen. It's literally advertising the controller I use. The Turtle Beach Stealth 900. What an odd thing. We have forum ads now. They're really intrusive. I apologize, but they make money.
Okay. Number one. What is your gen's first horror or scary movie and video game? For me, it's Fear and Scream movies, but your gen's first horror movie and game anyway?
Do you want to answer it before we read so much more?
Okay. My first horror movie that I remember seeing as a child is... Does Alligator count as a horror
I don't know
movie?
what that is.
About a giant alligator that eats people. It's from 1980.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
And I think I saw it when I was about 5. My parents used to work at video stores back when I was a kid. And my dad used to bring home a fuck ton of movies for me to watch. And I watched a lot of movies I should not have been watching at that age. And I remember watching both House, which is a 1985 horror movie, and Alligator. They're the two earliest horror movies I remember watching. House, if you were to watch House right now, Google it. House, I think I remember it as a child being extremely scary and I had nightmares of it. But I think if I watched it now, it is very much a horror comedy. But I wasn't young enough. I wasn't old enough to understand that it was a horror comedy. For me, it was just a horror, and I was fucking scared shitless of it.
The Exorcist for me. 1973 is The Exorcist. That was the first horror movie I remember watching as a 6-year-old, maybe.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Mine wasn't a horror movie. It was an action movie, but super gory one, and I got very scared watching Predator when I was very young.
Yeah.
Really? That was the first one.
Like when you just see it's the one I remember. I'm sure there were others. Like my parents were way into it, but that's one I remember. And then game wise, we had a fully finished we had a fully sized basement, not finished, so it was just stone, and we had Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation, playing it down there, and there's like this dark basement, and I remember that being kind of scary.
Mine might have been Resident Evil as well.
I mean, so I've never been scared of like horror movie games like that. But the first one that actually got me scared was a GameCube game. Oh my god, the name is at the tip of my tongue.
Eternal Darkness?
Eternal Darkness. That's it. Eternal Darkness. Where it shuts off your game console and turns it off, or so it.
Does it? I never played it.
Oh my god, what a game! You're playing the game and like it's like you're losing your mind. Oh, you're getting crazy. It's psychological horror or whatnot, and then it shuts your whole console down. It shuts your whole TV and everything down. And
oh wow!
And it didn't do that. It's just showing you that it's doing that, but it looks so real that you're convinced that it did it. Very good.
Holy shit! I never played Eternal Darkness. I was aware of it, obviously, but I'd never actually played it. For me, it might have been the same as Jesse. I think it might have been one of the Resident Evils. Was my first horror game. I think. I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure. I think it was Resident Evil.
All right, now we got a lot more of his question left.
Number 2. What is your gent's personal phobia? For me, I'm arachnophobic, but the kind I'm particularly scared of are tarantulas or spiders. That's much worse than scary. I like that spider. But your gent's personal phobia anyway?
I don't have one. The only thing I can think of really in Florida is if I see a snake that has diamond-shaped eyes, and then I run. Diamond-shaped poison, circular not.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And any person in Florida, that's the first thing they'll say. Some variation on snake.
Diamond, yeah. Was it
Interesting.
friggin'? God, what's the worst one around here? Is it cottonmouth or diamondback? I forget. Shit.
I think the diamondback.
Yeah, but you see, because there's little racer ones who are all nice and they'll kill the mice, but then you see one and it's got those friggin' diamond eyes, and you book it.
I am somewhat claustrophobic. Not full blown claustrophobia, but I'm halfway there. I get a bit antsy in tight spaces and crowded by a lot of people, and I
could tell in Germany.
And it's
Crawling
not
up
an
the
official
walls
fear.
after a couple days.
Like I don't have fear of heights or anything, but I definitely have a fear of unstable surfaces. If that makes sense. Like, so I used to work at a major retailer, electronics retailer in Australia here, and on my first day, my boss asked me to get up on top of a ladder to the roof to put something up on the roof, and these were super high roofs, like 10 or 11 foot roofs. And I didn't want to say no on my first day of the job to explain to him that I have a fear of unstable sort of surfaces. I don't like going up on ladders, but I went up anyway because I didn't want to say no first day on the job. I get up the top and I start shaking so much, the ladder's shaking, and I start sweating profusely. And he saw me up there, and he saw me as I got back down. He's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Oh, I'm not a big fan of sort of unstable sort of heights sort of thing." And he was like, he could see me visibly sweating. He's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I was like, "Because it's my first day on the job, and I didn't want to say no to the very first thing you asked me to do." He's like, "Dude, if you're that terrified," he's like, "just say something." I was like, "Yeah, nah, look, man, I didn't want to just say no straight away." And I was like dripping sweat because I was like, I did not want to be up there. So they're my phobias.
Yeah, water moccasin is the one I was trying to think of. That's been around my area. Terrifying. They just show up on your porch because they slither in through stuff and go after your cats. It's very scary. And he has a PS, because why not?
Yes. I know you gents went to Gamescom together for the first time, but would all of you gents meet up for a trip to Comic-Con, whether it's the one in New York or California, but your gents' future plans going to Comic-Con? I'd love to go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, it'd be great, but we had no money to do it. It felt really
I think
bad
so.
asking people for money the first time.
So if
I've been to
if you,
the California Comic-Con, but I'd love to go to the New York one.
Hmm.
Yeah, cool. I wish I'd gone this weekend because my brother Everborn Saga is showing off his book at New York Comic-Con this weekend.
I have a cousin that lives there.
yeah.
I could crash at her place. I haven't seen her in a decade and a half, but still. I just say, hey,
Hytham,
here I am.
if you want to fund the trip, Hytham, we'll go. If you want to fund the whole trip, Hytham, we'll meet up there for you, mate.
Getting Nick to New York or LA, getting John to New York or LA.
It'd be cheaper than Europe.
It'd be a lot.
It'd be cheaper
But
than Europe.
accommodations would be really bad in either place. They'd be terrible. Because also we like there's public transport isn't much of a thing in LA.
No?
Like it's not great. You can do it, but people are gonna be like Uber. Because that's what John did a bunch. But New York's okay once you know it. New York you can get most places. It's just learning it
God,
and being okay with the smell of shit and piss.
The amount of money they wasted on Ubers in Germany.
Especially because we did the friggin' train and it was
insane.
faster.
It was so convenient.
It was
and
free
quick
and faster.
And by the way, I will say, and in hindsight, I'm so happy I rented a car. Didn't have to deal with any of that crap. It was a fantastic.
Did you really?
Oh
wow.
The public transport there, perfect.
It's great.
It was so
great.
easy. Yeah.
Yes. And the only reason why I rented a car is because I was traveling between two countries.
Yeah.
Had I just been in Germany, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
The public transport is immaculate. It's perfect. Absolutely.
Yeah. The thought we had next time is instead of stopping at John's for a while and then going to Germany, going to like flying into like Amsterdam and then coming down or something like that.
What I did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did. Yeah. No.
But
Fair enough.
also we need the money, which we definitely don't have.
Okay. Next question. Didact 3. Topic is game pricing. Hello, hardworking Jesse and beautiful Nick.
Meh. NK. He didn't know you were on by the time he said that.
Yeah, he didn't know you were. He wasn't trying to exclude you. He just probably didn't know you were on. On this week, the Patreon love feels unusually stronger. It does, doesn't it? That's an interesting coincidence. I wonder why. Anyways, my question is about the Clair Obscur news that's priced at $50 that got everyone asking what's the catch on that, to the point that the devs had to explain the decision, mentioning that the game is made by a small team and can be beaten in 30 hours. Did those devs make the correct decision here? The game is already really hyped, and they could get away with $70 by what's being shown, especially if it's indeed 30 hours long. I'll never understand the pricing debates on video games. We complain about the prices of video games, or not we, everyone seems to complain about the prices of video games, and then a dev makes a game cheap, and we're like, oh, does that mean your game sucks? It's like, what? Are you guys ever going to be happy with the price of games? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, Alan...
Go on. I was going to say,
No, I was going to say, like...
It's a genre that's not normally the most expensive. Like, turn-based RPGs can go from any price range, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Have you seen the voice actors in this game?
Yes.
They got Daredevil. By the way,
Yeah.
Daredevil coming out early March. They gave it a date.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
They got Ben Starr in there.
Yeah, freaking Andy Serkis in this damn
Andy
game.
Serkis.
They should charge you $100 per cop.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why people are questioning the price. Like, Alan Wake was 60, I think, or something like that.
I think it was 10.
Alan
It was
Wake was-
50 on PC and 60 on console.
Yeah, and that was
See, the
Game of the
question-
Year last year.
question that I have for them is, how is it that this small person team has such talent on display in the voice acting department? Like, this is like, because and we were there. I remember. I think I had the appointment right before you.
Yeah,
Nick.
with that handsome motherfucker.
With that,
He's a handsome man, right?
Yes.
I doesn't make
Yes, he
it
is.
up.
Very handsome.
Oh,
Also,
that guy that was playing
The guy
Obscure,
who was playing, just incredible at the game. His timing perfect every time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every time.
Distractingly handsome.
Yeah, and his character model is who Charlie Cox will be playing, right? And so we were there, and they were so charming, and so just a small man team, and I'm just like I was blown away that a small team can do this, and now you got Charlie Cox playing your voice.
They got Kepler
You know what it could
Interactive
be?
are the ones doing the publishing, so maybe they've got real good connections.
Yeah, and I was about to say maybe even the studio head or heads have. Sometimes it happens
They
that
were
way. When the
ex-Ubisoft.
studio head might have connections.
Yeah,
Ex-Ubisoft folks.
yeah, a lot of ex-Ubisoft folks, so they know some people. Kepler's
No,
put
that's
out some
great.
good shit.
Remember how Beethoven and Dinosaur, with The Artful Escape, had some top tier voice talent through Annapurna's connections. Same kind of thing. So sometimes there's sort of a way through that way.
I would say outside of Scorn, Kepler Interactive has now done Clair Obscur, Flintlock, which was good, not great, Ultros, which people really like, Pacific Drive, Cat Quest 3, which is supposedly surprisingly good, Chia, which is really good, and Sifu. They've hit it.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, they've been
amazing.
hitting it pretty hard. I like
Yeah, they're
Kepler.
good. They're Annapurna in their own way. It's a special kind of ability.
Annapurna that still exists.
That still exists. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Maybe they're not at the whim of a billionaire. Nepo baby.
Yep. But yes, please don't complain about the price of this game. I'm not saying you were Didact 3. I'm just speaking generally. Yeah. If we get someone that's releasing their game at a lower price than 70, let's not instantly jump to the glass half empty.
So bad. It's gonna be so
Let's
good.
not go glass half empty and say, "Oh, it's not 70. This game must suck." Let's be like, "Oh, awesome! They've got enough confidence to release this game at 50 or 60 or 40 or whatever the case may be." Like, let's be glass half full on those decisions as opposed to glass half empty. Because because that's great if it's $50. Because I remember seeing something on Twitter about pricing, but I didn't see the price that was mentioned. But the way people were talking, I thought, oh God, if they charged $80 for this and everyone's upset about it. If they've gone 50, great. You might be getting a fantastic game for only 50.
I will say this game is a showcase for Unreal Engine 5. And
Amazing.
Yes, Game Pass does save you $50 if you've already spent hundreds on Game Pass.
That's right. There you go.
God damn, this looks amazing. I want it. Give it to me now.
Oh, are you
Right now.
showing footage of it?
Yeah, I am. The
Okay.
the scale of some of the shit in this one, very impressive. Okay, next question.
Okay, next question.
Second to last question.
I want FRPG to be a thing. French RPGs. FRPG.
Who shows them who are the frogs?
Wait, last
Remember
question.
that line in The Simpsons?
Very random, sir. Very random.
I love that. It's so good. Good old Collingwood. Hello, Nick and Jesse, and welcome back to Asante. Topic is Gamescom. Okay, we've heard a lot of stories coming out from John, Ursula, Jesse, and Nick from Gamescom. Have you got any stories to add from being in Cologne?
Cologne. Yeah, it was awesome catching up with the guys.
He met me.
Yeah, we got to hang out. We're hanging out. We're having a meal, and out of nowhere, the wizard shows up. Who
Yes, he did.
Jason Ronald. He was just walking by. Him and his wife.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool to see.
No,
you
that
know,
was. Did you say that with his wife?
Oh, that was not his wife. It was not his wife.
That was not his wife. I thought it was too. And then when I had a
Yeah.
chat with her, she revealed that she worked
No.
with him. I was like, oops.
Yeah.
I was like, oops, me.
Misspoke. Yes, but no, it was great catching up with them briefly. I guess what's a great story that happened? I walked into the section where all the card games are and all that because I wanted to come and check out my brothers at XboxEra and come support them in console wars. And who do I happen to walk past and momentarily have an opportunity to chat with? But the leader, or the brain trust behind the Borderlands series. Now, of course, the minute I say that, I forget his name. Magician in his own right.
Randy Pitchford.
Randy Pitchford.
Yes, he was literally like a couple yards from your booth. So I stopped him for a moment. We had a quick chat.
Really? Was Randy
And I
there?
said,
I
"Oh,
did
I'm
not
gonna
meet
go."
Randy.
Yeah. You guys kind of followed him after because I remember seeing him, and then I went to see the Xbox. I went to the booth, and then right after you guys came. So yes.
Oh, wow.
You probably just missed each other. He's walking around very much like he was walking around like he didn't, not that he didn't belong there, but like have you ever seen somebody walk around in a way where it's almost like they are the star of the show and everybody else are their backup dancers or whatever? He was rubbing his hands as he was walking.
Did you ask him if he did he have his USB stick of porn on him like he forgot at that friggin' medieval times where squirting is like magic because that man loves magic and seemingly loves squirting.
Who downloads porn? Just it's all free. Just stream it for free on the web.
Yeah,
Magic porn is probably hard to find. Like you see someone doing magic tricks and porn. So
I always find that so weird.
that long, so I wasn't able to ask him about his fetishes. Yeah.
I always find it so weird
Where
when
are you
I
on
hear
butt
that
stuff,
someone's
Randy?
downloaded porn. I'm like, why would you download it?
Yeah, that takes a special kind of addiction at this point.
Tell me about it. Okay. Last question. Interesting tangent at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
Grand benefactor, assassin, apparently. Just assassin. Topic. Upcoming games. Hello to Nick, Jesse, and Captain Keys. If you saw the Xbox partner preview, you saw that Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii got pushed up a week, presumably not to compete with Monster Hunter Wilds.
Mm-hmm.
With the amount of games coming in 2025, I'd honestly say us gamers are spoiled. We are. Whether you're on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, or PC, we all got something to play. My question is, what are your 3 upcoming must-plays for 2025? That is, if your backlogs don't weigh you down. Mine would have to be Fable, Grand Theft Auto 6, and Expedition 33. Thank you guys for all you do. No, thank you.
I get weighed
Assassin for
down
being a
by
grand
John
benefactor.
stealing reviews from me, so Fable would be on there, except for I won't get to review it. So I would go South of Midnight, Doom: The Dark Ages, and Expedition 33.
Wow. You guys suck, man. There's just so much. Every time you speak, more of them.
There's
pop into my head.
700
Yeah, I
games you
know.
can choose. Just go look
I
at
know.
what's confirmed
Yeah.
for Game Pass next year, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, I know.
there's too much. I can never keep up with it. And then you go on Twitter,
Oh
and
my
everyone's
God.
like, me got better, me got better. It's like, fuck you. Everyone's got too
I've
much.
got South of Midnight
Donkey
as
Kong
you
Country
reminded
returns.
No one cares.
Donkey Kong Country returns HD.
Nope.
Shit.
No. No one gives a shit.
me.
Shit. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Assassin's
man.
Creed Shadows.
Yeah.
Got to push the next year.
Avowed, like everything in February, like Monster Hunter Wilds and Avowed and Assassin's Creed Shadows. I wanted to review all of them. I can't now. They're all coming out the same goddamn time.
South of Midnight.
I am
yep.
South of Midnight's definitely one.
Mhm.
Um,
And GTA 6 is at the top of my list if it comes out. I just don't think it is.
oh, Capcom Fighting Collection 2.
You already own it on the Switch. I gave it to you. Oh, no, that's the other one. Never mind.
No, this is the one with Power Stone in it.
I put in for a code for you on that one, too.
Yeah, yeah. Dead Static Drive is next year.
That was supposed to be, that's a Game Pass game, too. That was supposed to be this year on Game Pass.
And yes, there's of course Doom: The Dark Ages. My
I'll
God,
throw a swerve on you. One that I got to play at Gamescom that like jumped back on top of my list. Replaced.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
yeah,
good.
Replaced.
It's not on mine because
So
John's
good.
reviewing it because he is a dick.
Replaced, which I played at Gamescom. Replaced at
It's
Gamescom.
so good. It's so good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, there's the Soul Reaver remasters. They're next year as well.
No,
aren't
they're
they?
December.
Oh, they're this year. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's okay then.
See, if they ever need, if games ever needed a remake, come on, remasters. We'll see.
Remaster's fine to get it onto to let you actually play it with modern controllers.
Metroid Prime 4, I think, is next year.
Couldn't care less.
Ooh.
I tried playing remaster.
Marvel
I got bored
1943?
after 20 minutes.
Rise of Hydra.
Maybe.
1943. Now, that one's cool.
Need to
That
see what it's
was-
actually going to be like to play. We've only seen cool tech demos. But
Yeah,
also, you can go to 2026 and there's too much. Like it's just friggin' ridiculous how many games there are everywhere.
Perfect Dark.
Mm-hmm.
2026, probably.
Gears
Oh,
A Day.
man.
Like you can keep going down the list of what they showed in June.
Oh, yeah.
That list
Gears
in
A
June
Day.
alone is too much. Mixtape.
Mixtape. Yeah.
Mixtape.
There's so much.
There's a lot.
Life is
Yeah,
Strange
there's
is
a lot,
out
isn't
in
there?
like a week. Like
If the,
I haven't even got a review code
if
for that
the
yet.
rumors / assumptions are true, Ocarina of Time remake.
God, I could not care less.
Oh my god, that'll be amazing.
Why would I want to play Ocarina of Time?
Because it's one of the greatest video games ever
I
made.
didn't like it when it was new. I thought this is okay. Not my favorite.
Nah, it was
Kinda boring.
amazing.
No, it
It was
wasn't.
amazing.
It was boring. It was so dumb. Link is a bad character.
One
He's
of
a
the
nothing.
greatest Zeldas.
He is a
ever made.
nothing character. Atomfall, played that at Gamescom. That was fucking terrifying. Shockingly so. Like, that was a really scary start to a game. And I like the Rebellion stuff. I like the way their games feel. So Atomfall way
So
up there
much,
for me.
So much.
I know.
Yeah. What about
So
all
much.
those Sega remasters? Remakes.
Oh my god, I was
Where's the
literally
Jet Set
just
Radio?
thinking about that. Like, I'm
You know,
like, surely
all of them.
Shinobi is next year.
How many of them are going to be
Shinobi from
bad?
Lizard Cube.
That's what I'm more curious
Well,
about.
Shinobi won't be bad because it's by Lizard Cube.
Yeah.
So that's going to be incredible. Jet Set Radio could go either way.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Nope. That's the only one I'm gonna stand on business on. That needs to be amazing. It needs to be,
Crazy
because-
It will not
Taxi
because it never was.
could go either way.
Hey, now I don't
It
appreciate.
didn't
the slander,
control
man.
well.
And
Jet Set
Streets
Radio
of
Future
Rage.
controlled really well.
A little better.
Streets of Rage could go either way as well.
Especially
Like,
because that
Streets
one's
of Rage is
weird. That one's like a
difficult to
Power
get-
Stone.
get done bad.
No, it's not. They've
It looks
done,
like it, I mean.
what they've done with Streets of Rage is what we kind of wanted from Streets of Rage back in the early 2000s, late 90s. A full 3D Streets of Rage. That was back when 3D was new and everyone just wanted Streets of Rage in 3D. It's going to be hard to pull off.
I mean, a game has already pulled that off. Called
Sifu.
Sifu.
Yeah,
talked about it
Sifu.
today.
That's what I said. To me, Sifu is the closest thing to what I would want
It's
from
the
a
evolution
3D
of the
Streets of
beat 'em up.
Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Streets of Rage 4 is near perfection. Streets of Rage 4 is just simply incredible. And I feel like how I feel about gaming today is that we finally have developers talented enough and consoles powerful enough to give us what we had in the 90s and 80s and early 2000s in a perfected format. If you know what I mean, like
To actually really like achieve the vision that we were hoping they would.
yes. So the way I imagined Streets of Rage in my head as a kid and what I would have wanted is what we now have with Streets of Rage 4. Beautiful, hand drawn, looks like artwork, like a cartoon come to life. Things like Mark of the Ninja, things like Metroid Dread and Prince of Persia Lost Crown. These incredible, almost AAA-like versions of what we used to get in the 80s and 90s. Like, I love that gaming is in
Things
that
we
space.
used to use our imagination to get now actually showing up in real life. Yeah, I
Yes. I love that that's where gaming is now. And stuff like Neva and Grease, like that sort of stuff. Like, that's what I wanted games to look like when I was a kid. I wanted them to look like cartoons come to life. And that's what we now
we
have.
actually
Comic
see them now.
Zone was the first one kind of close to that, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember Comic Zone.
It was so much better looking than any Genesis game had any right to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun to play, but it looked great.
Oh, it was okay to play.
It wasn't
bad
great.
to play. And the concept was awesome.
Yeah.
Assassin Entertainment. Hey, Nick, where's Virtua Fighter? I don't know, man. Surely Virtua Fighter 6 has to come soon.
It's a very different Sega. They need to find people to make stuff now.
Yeah. So that was the last question, but Assassin Entertainment also had a super chat to finish off on. Nick, are you okay? You were talking about side/underboobs earlier, appreciating the new female patrons. Sausage Fest, you okay, bro? What can I say, man? I have an appreciation for attractive women. I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm not going to apologize.
Oh, wait.
What do you want me to say?
We had a...
The substance has a lot of nudity.
Mhm.
And it's good nudity.
Though,
There's also some very gross nudity.
you need to know
but yeah.
Margaret Qualley is wearing breast forms and that. She's not...
Yes, I found that out. I found that out.
'Cause she's-
as soon as I...
She's young Demi Moore, so she needs to look like Demi Moore's body. That's why.
Yeah, I noticed that. I looked at her nude and I'm like, wait, those breasts
You
look
did prior
way-
research?
I was like, hold on, those breasts look way too perfect, like unnaturally perfect, like what you would expect in like an anime or a video game or whatever. So I started Googling and I'm like, yep, they're fake. I was like, okay, so that makes a lot of sense then if they're fake. It's like prosthetics. They literally put prosthetics.
Yeah, because
they do the same with the
additional
blokes.
research.
They
Understood.
do the same with the blokes. When you see a lot of actors, when you see them naked in movies and they have these giant, long, perfect-looking dicks, apparently prosthetics.
Unless you're James
Like in a lot of
Purefoy
cases, they're prosthetics.
in Rome. This
Yeah,
is real
apparently.
and fucking like this. It's ridiculous.
Apparently,
Yeah. That's why
So-
he showed it in Altered Carbon, too. It is... Yeah.
Well, Theo James said it. Theo James, his dick was like half revealed in what's that show? That really great show, White Lotus. You half see his dick, and he was like, "Yeah, that's a prosthetic. That's not my dick." I was like, "Yeah."
It's that Alfie, whatever his name in Game of Thrones, is also like just friggin' blop. Like, yeah, that's why you show it.
Makes me so jealous. Makes me so jealous. I get so upset when I see these guys with like these giant, good-looking dicks. I'm like, man, why isn't
I'm not
mine like that? Why isn't mine like that?
Lucius is in the chat. He goes, "What is this conversation?"
You brought it up, Lucius. It's on you. When John's not here, and oddly enough, John is like the biggest prude among us. People are always like, Americans are prudes. It's like, no, it's John, really. I don't have a problem. I'll talk about
We're
dicks.
getting to wrap it up, B. Wrap it up.
Yeah. So that's the end
Okay,
of our
Asante, about
penis
your dick.
conversation.
Oh, what?
So that's the end of the show,
I'll move quickly
everyone.
along.
I'll ask you in person.
Because I have no idea what's going on at Xbox Era, I'm going to let Jesse cover that. What's
Too
happening?
much. So we're working on reviews for the things I can talk about. I should be on the list for Dragon Age. We'll see. Obviously went to do the preview. Should be good on that. We are working on a review for Slitterhead, the game from the creator of Silent Hill, that really weird-looking parasite brain one. Christ, I just gave Blind Fire to Gyutsubaki, aka Fairy Empire. There's pretty much every major release outside of Life is Strange is either in or we feel good about. I have no idea on Life is Strange. If so, I'm going to try and get that woman who just walked in over there to do it. I will also be doing next week live Alan Wake 2's Lake House DLC. Probably streaming some Batman as I try and do that on the Quest 3, and then doing, depending on if it comes in early or late or at launch, doing Modern or Black Ops 6 campaign. So I'm doing way too much. Everyone on the team is doing too much, except for Nick and John. Just kidding. John,
At least I have an excuse.
No, John does all the business stuff that I don't want to touch, so I will never complain. But yeah, we're super busy, way too much coming. If you want to support us so we can keep doing reviews and previews, please go to patreon.com/XboxEra, because boy howdy, that is literally the only way for us to be able to do it, because they just don't make enough money on their own. But we do them for you, our loving patrons.
Yep. So yes, so thanks to everyone for popping by. Thanks to everyone for interacting, super chatting, putting in your patron questions, and of course, thanks very much to Asante for making the time for us to drop by this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks heaps, mate.
We gotta go for lunch again.
Anytime, sir.
That was nice.
Yeah. We're due for a reconnect. No, it's always a pleasure to be here. I appreciate you guys. You know, as I say, I'm either watching, even if I'm not able to watch live, I do catch the replay. I love what you guys bring to this community. So thank you guys for having me as usual. It's awesome.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks, Jesse, for continuing to produce and doing a not bad job of it.
Well, I mean, this show was fucking hideous and annoying before I joined it. I'll stand by that. It was very ugly, and your other co-host sucked. So you're welcome.
I will not be on next week. It is my daughter's 13th birthday.
Knowing John, he probably won't be on either, and I'll just be me.
Why wouldn't John be on?
Well, he's not on most of the time.
So unfortunately, I will not be able to make it because of that. But still, I know I won't be here, but that doesn't mean you all shouldn't be here. Still pop by and support the team, even though I won't be there. I understand being the draw card and all that sort of thing, but it's fine. It's only 1 week I'm missing. So yes. So until next time, folks. Ciao for now.
Ciao for now. We're done.